You know, when we think about this situation and we put the pieces of the puzzle together, it's like the truth need to come out. Ashlee Jenae's closed casket funeral details. Ringo TV. They're saying a lot, but they're not saying anything. They're not. And don't mind the typos and all that other stuff. We know what we're talking about. I want to review this video by Drake. I want to review this video by this guy who decided to crash the funeral of Ashlee and start recording in order to monetize content on YouTube. I want to talk about that. Drake. This man went to the funeral trying to be like Drake, and he ended up defending Joe McCann by claiming that, you know, he's grieving, he's just a fiance grieving, and I'm like, what? This don't make no sense. Dog, why you recording for? Why you recording at a funeral? You don't know Ashlee. You're not family. You're not a friend. So why you there? For money. And see, a lot of you folks that view these type of videos, man, y'all be getting deceived every single day because y'all don't have the understanding of recognizing grifters when you see them. I would never be recording or reporting anything by attending someone's funeral and then coming to YouTube talking about live at Ashlee Jenae's funeral like this is a fucking concert. Like Ashlee's there and like you care. This dude don't know Ashlee at all. But he's at the church area, recording, monetizing in order to make money. If Ashlee was my family, dog, and I see you on YouTube doing this crap, I'm coming and see you, bro. Because I already know you full of shit. This type of work here, it's not cool. Camera's supposed to be off. Where's all the media coverage? Where's all the news cameras? Where's everybody else? All I see is you. Why? How much they paying you? Because we know you working with the family to put out these lies and manipulate the viewers. See, ladies and gentlemen, as long as Ringo TV is here, these content creators, they don't stand a chance because I'm coming for all of them. I don't care who you are. Because I already know how these grifters are moving. Old Drake over here, his first day at the funeral, he came dressed like this. Bracelet, like Drake. Chain, like Drake. Cornrows, like Drake. He came there as a rapper. He wasn't even dressed appropriate for a funeral. But the crazy thing is, on day one, when he came there dressed like Drake, he probably realized that his attire wasn't right. And that is why on day number 2, he decided to come dressed like this with a button-up shirt and a blazer and a jacket. He decided to dress up now. because he recognized on day one, he came there looking like a rapper off the streets, dusty and dirty, with a chain. Grown-ass man with a choker chain around his neck, looking weird. At a funeral. Doing content. Not even from out there, but anything for social media money. And he want to tell you folks that he's trying to respect the family. Dog, you're not respecting the family. First of all, fuck all of that respecting the family nonsense. We're not buying none of that mess. Because you're only doing that to gaslight the viewers like you're a good old boy. We out here trying to fight for justice for Ashlee, and you over here playing games. Talking about, I don't want to be disrespectful to the family, but you recording, doing content, monetizing a funeral. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, you ain't even giving the people no information about what Ashlee looked like. You know why? Because it was a closed casket. It was a closed casket. And for all I'm concerned, Ashlee wasn't even there. Because if you really on some old journalistic work, you're supposed to be giving the viewers details. You're supposed to be giving the viewers details on what Ashlee looked like, what was her condition, did you see anything that looked out of pocket? You ain't reporting on nothing. Why? Because you working with the family, and you probably working with Joe, low key. You think you fooling me with all this nonsense? Holding up funeral cards, obituary cards, like all of this goofy stuff you doing was like to say, well, see guys, I got the obituary card. I was really here. I was really here. I ain't like these other YouTubers who didn't come there. I wouldn't show up because she's not my family. I'm not showing up. What the heck am I going to a funeral for? I don't know that woman. All I could do is content. But I'm not going to be fake like you. Did you give her a kiss? Did you go over there and shed tears? Hey, yo, Trent, holla at me, dog. Well, you shedding tears for Ashlee since you want to go there. You telling us Joe Budden was there. You telling us that Joe Budden was there, but you ain't giving us no details about Ashlee. What's popping? What's going on with that? You have time to tell us that Joe Budden was there. Nobody cares if he was there. That made it even worse if he was there, because I don't trust none of these industry cats. None of them. Was he there when she was alive? Ladies and gentlemen, anytime people die, everybody act like they friends. Yeah, but Joe Budden was on his podcast talking about, oh yeah, that's my girl Ashlee. Well, how do we know that? How do we know you ain't have a relationship with her? How do we know that what that man's saying is true? Anybody could say they were friends with you. When you dead, when you can't defend yourself. People will say anything in order to boost their ratings and boost their platform and boost their views, anything. Hey, yo, Joe, you and Ashlee was cool? Did you meet Joe McCann? Did you meet him? You were cool with him too? If you were Ashlee's friend, how you ain't see the signs? How come you ain't see the signs? Everybody always want to pull up when somebody dead. I'm tired of all these fake people, man. You got all these people want to pull up at your funeral when you dead. This clown was telling us about, oh, Ashlee's friends were up in the church sharing their thoughts about their good friend, but yet came back and told us that Ashlee's own mother and father didn't even speak for their own daughter. You tell me. You tell me why the mother and the father didn't go up to that podium to share their love and express their grievance for their own daughter. What kind of parents are that? They don't got no love for Ashlee, just like I told y'all. Ashlee didn't fuck with her family, dog. When you come to Ringo TV, man, I give you the real, 100% raw. I don't got no time for none of this politically correct, trying to sound nice, trying to be Mr. Nice Guy. Fuck that. Ashlee is dead. And you got everybody out here playing games and ain't trying to get her no justice. If that family was so interested in the justice of Ashlee, why TMZ reported that the family didn't invite Joe to the funeral? Why would you not want to invite Joe if Joe got all the answers? Why not? And then on top of that, to add even more insult to injury, right after the funeral, Joe McCann put out a public statement talking about his love and, he cares so much for Ashlee and all this other mess. This man went and published this garbage. We talked about it on yesterday's stream. That entire public statement from Joe McCann was put together using ChatGPT. ChatGPT put that whole script together. We're not buying that garbage, Joe. You a suspect. Go turn yourself in before it get worse. Too many fake people, man. Everybody want to act like they Ashlee's friend now that she's dead. Where were all these friends to pull up at that funeral? All these people she allegedly worked with in the industry. Where are all those people to be at the funeral? Ain't nobody there. And this cat, he ain't giving y'all no information. Talking about, I want to be respectful of the family. Let's listen to his video, fam. Let's check out the video. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to talk about this video from Trent, a.k.a. Drake. We're going to look at this video, find out what's going on here. Because I don't like these kind of hypocrites that would take the time to go to a funeral to exploit Ashlee's death like they really care. That funeral should have been private for just the family. Forget all of that public stuff because it makes no sense. If the funeral is public, anybody that go would see Ashlee, right or wrong. So why this clown is not telling y'all how Ashlee looked if it was a public affair? If the funeral was public and anybody that go would see what Ashlee looked like if it was an open casket, why he ain't give y'all the details of her conditions? Why he ain't tell you key information? Why? What's the secrecy about? Let's get to the content. Hit that like button, guys. Let's play the tapes, find out what this news reporter got to say.
I am live outside of Ashlee Jenae's wake, which is happening tonight, May the 4th. And tomorrow, I will be back again, May the 5th, for her wake and funeral. I'm going to give you guys some information on the things that are going on inside, but I am also going to be very, very respectful of the family. And just to set it off from the beginning, I will not be giving you guys any sort of description of Ashlee herself, how she looks, nor her casket. I want to respect the family.
You already got messed up, bro. We got to talk about it. You playing yourself, dog. I'm pissed. You playing yourself. You're an opportunist. The only reason why you over there is because you're trying to get the clicks and the views. No content creator should be there recording. None. This right here is wrong, bro. You're not supposed to be over there recording, doing no content, nothing. Right? But no, you wanted to come on YouTube so that you could say, I'm the first, I was at the funeral, no other content creator was here. Y'all need to listen to me and follow me because I got the tea. Imagine that. You at somebody's funeral with a camera recording, trying to make money off their death. Sick stuff, man. Sick stuff. And to think, people following this clown talking about, yeah, he's doing an awesome job. Awesome job? What are you talking about, awesome job? So let me get this straight. Your mama died, and this YouTuber pull up at the funeral recording content on YouTube talking about your family and whatnot, and you don't even know this dude. How you gonna feel about that? How you gonna feel about this clown coming up to your mama's funeral? He not family, he not friends with the family, but he over there with his cameras outside recording and coming on YouTube to monetize your mama's death. How you feel about that?
I am live outside of Ashlee Jenae's wake, which is happening tonight, May the 4th. And tomorrow, I will be back again May the 5th for her wake and...
So he's going to be back tomorrow again. Not only was he there one time, he's going to be there again.
Funeral. I'm going to give you guys some information on the things that are going on inside, but I am also going to be very, very respectful of the family.
He's gaslighting you. When they say they try to be very, very respectful of the family, that is to make you feel comfortable, like he's a good guy, someone that's trustworthy, someone you could listen to, someone that's going to, not lie to you. Don't listen to none of that mess. I don't trust Ashlee's family. I don't trust them. And I'm not going to be over here lying to you viewers like I'm this nice guy. I don't got no time for all of that, them games. Ashlee's family doing her dirty right now. Ashlee's family never went to Zanzibar with the money that y'all gave them. Y'all gave them $64,000. Did they take that trip to Africa yet? No. Did they get her personal belongings? No. Her cell phone? No. Last night, I blew up the whole internet by exposing key details about the case. Somebody hacked into Ashlee Jenae's phone and basically unfollowed somebody in particular because she had 1,150 people that she was following on Instagram. Now it's 1,149. And I showed you these key details in my stream last night. And the only one who could have done that is Joe McCann, because he's the only one who had her cell phone. So the question is, why this so-called journalist, since he's so following the case, how come he's not bringing out the information, guys, that I'm uncovering in my research? Why he's not talking about it? And why he's not telling you about the research that Ringo TV's doing over here cracking this case? Because he's working with Joe McCann and he's working with the family. Because in his video, he was defending Joe McCann by saying that Joe McCann is a fiance who is grieving the loss of Ashlee. How dare you say that when that man was with her and that man most likely unalive her? What kind of research you doing? What kind of nonsense is this? You playing both sides? How much money they paying you, dog? How much money? Talking about, oh, there was white people at the funeral. Like white people cannot go to the funeral. Why would the family not invite Joe? Why? Are they assuming Joe unalived their daughter? Because if that's the case, they need to come to the public and make it clear for everybody that they agree with the majority of the public. Because I agree that McCann took out Ashlee. Everybody in the world knows that by now. And he want to come up with some sorry excuse letter like he got all this love for Ashlee. Where the hell was that love when Ashlee died and it took you over 11 hours to contact the parents? Where was that love when the family was interviewed with TMZ and was like, we haven't heard nothing for Joe yet? Weeks and weeks passed by. Joe didn't even visit the family. Joe didn't finance the family. Joe didn't take them out of the United States to Zanzibar and foot the bill. The family had to go set up a GoFundMe. I don't want to hear nothing from Joe talking about his love for Ashlee. You didn't love her. You're a narcissist. You most likely unalive her to take her organs or take her money or take her energy. That's what happened. And I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing like this clown right here wasting your damn time. You know what I mean? Trying to be a news reporter and whatnot with damn chains looking like a clown on TV. How the hell you gonna stand in front of a church when there's a funeral going on and you dress like that, you fool? Who taught you how to do that? When you in front of the church, when you at a funeral, you don't come online looking like this, dog. You put on a tie. You make yourself look like a man. You don't come online looking like this with chains and cornrows and all this nonsense. You don't do that foolishness. You dress appropriately. That's how you do it. But nah, you were so quick to come online to clout chase off Ashlee's death. I thought Tissa Tales was going to do that. Y'all remember how Tissa Tales was all into the Diddy case, all out there in New York, got a barricade around her with security guards and all sorts of stuff. I expected Tissa Tales to come out there and do that feminine stuff like this dude did. Couldn't find out a man doing this? Bro, what kind of energy you on, dog? That's not masculine right there. No man supposed to do that. No content creator should be out there recording. None. That's disrespectful.
And just to set it off from the beginning, I will not be giving you guys any sort of description of Ashlee herself, how she looks.
Why not? Why not? Why are you not going to give us a description of how Ashlee looked? What's the point of you making a video, dog, if you're not going to give us the details? How much they paying you?
For her casket, I want to respect the family. As you can see, I moved as far away as possible.
You moved as far away as possible because they told your ass not to be in front of the church with your camera. They already told you we don't want you over here filming. But you still decided to do it anyway and had the nerve to talk about you respectful of the family. Why don't you stand right there where you could have interviewed people? You ain't no damn journalist. You're a clown. You fall away because you scary. You scared of everybody. Talking about you doing work. You ain't doing no work. A real journalist will be up there in front of the people, in the people's faces, getting a news report, interviewing people. You ain't do nothing, bro.
Want to get anybody on camera who does not want to be on camera. There has been some film crews already that were here, news crews. The pastor has already addressed that. I'll get to that.
The family already addressed that. The pastor already addressed it, the news crew that was there. So if the family addressed it, the news crew that was there, that means that the family and the pastor was like, look, we don't want y'all by the church. So why this clown recording?
But seeing that I've been following this case from the beginning, I wanted to come here just to get a feel of what is going on with her family and friends. But I want to be very, very respectful to the family. And stay tuned to the end of this video. I have Ashlee's card here that they normally give at.
He said, stay tuned to the end of this video. Let me give you the translation of what that means. Anytime you hear a YouTuber say these following words, listen carefully. Listen to the words.
To the family. And stay tuned to the end of this video. I have Ashlee's card here that they normally give at wakes and funerals. And I think this will give us a little bit more information on how the parents have been dealing with this case.
Let me explain what this means. Anytime you hear a content creator say, stay to the end of the video because I got this and I got that, don't get played. What they basically saying is, I need for you to watch the whole video straight through so I could get the ad revenue money, so I could get the watch time hours on the video, because I'm trying to make money. So stay tuned all the way to the end. Don't watch 3 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes most. Play the whole video all the way till the end, please, because I want money. I want money. So watch it all the way to the end. Listen, if you got to tell the viewer to watch all the way to the end, right? That means your focus is the money, the watch times. That's what he's focused on. Because he didn't give you no information about Ashlee. He ain't do that. Him holding up that card is to say, well, I was really inside. I'm not just outside. I was really in the church because that's how I got the card. That's basically what he's saying. Let's go.
Of their daughter. So let me start out from the beginning. We are in a town called Sorboro, New Jersey. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It is a small town, or what for me feels like a small town in South Jersey.
And you have everybody's houses in the background. So now everybody is doxxed. So all those families that live over there in their nice, quiet town, as you say, now their houses are in the background next to the church. How convenient for those families. So you ain't consider that. That's the problem with you. You edit your video, but you ain't take the time to blur out the houses. You ain't take the time to do nothing. See, you don't know how to do content. When you're doing content, fam, let me put you on game. Number one, don't use your cell phone. If you're supposed to be a real journalist, a reporter, get an SLR camera with a real lens so you can have a bokeh effect that blurs the background out. That way, everything is respectful. If you're not going to stand in front of the church, don't even talk about the church. You're trying to do what regular news media do. You know, like how when they're on camera and they be like, and John, we're at the scene right now. As you can see behind me, The fire is still blazing. And Jill, back to you in the newsroom. That's what you're trying to do. It ain't working, dog. It's not for you. Stop it. Like, stop trying to clout chase off Ashlee's death. It's so wrong to do that. You know? If you're not going to give the people real information about the case that's going to lead to an arrest, then shut up. Because I'm tired of you YouTubers always talking, but your commentary don't provide no evidence that would lock Joe ass up. The evidence that I dropped last night, the FBI should be on that. Somebody got Ashlee's phone and they removed one of the people that she was following. Could that be a man? Could it be that Ashlee, watch this, may have allegedly been cheating on Joe? See, nobody's talking about that. Why? Because somebody unfollowed someone that Ashlee was following, and they took them off her phone. Who was that person? Who did it? Who have access to Ashlee's phone? Why the parents don't have access to Ashlee's phone? What's going on? What's going on with that? Did Joe McCann unalive Ashlee because he thought she was cheating with another man? Could it be? And that's why they were fighting? A man and a woman fighting is over one thing. Somebody got caught cheating. Somebody got caught. Somebody got caught. And a lot of people thought at first that maybe Ashlee saw Joe with a woman. But what if Joe saw Ashlee allegedly cheating? What if Joe saw something on Ashlee's phone that really sent him over the hills and they started arguing to the point where this drama unfolded? Nobody's thinking about that because normally people are quick to say the man is cheating. We're not ruling out that he possibly was cheating. What we're trying to do is figure out why was her phone tampered with. Nobody on YouTube brought out this evidence but your boy Ringo TV. Ringo TV uncovered this information. Nobody else saw that. Nobody else is using their brain to think. Why was her phone tampered with? Who was that mystery person that was unfollowed? Was it a man? Was it a woman? Was it an agent? Who was it? And who thought to remove it? Who? And if they removed that, why didn't they remove everything else from her page? So that person that was unfollowed was very important. They wanted to get rid of that person. We need the FBI to locate Ashlee's phone number to get a hold of her Instagram records. And the FBI, if you are watching this live stream, you need to locate via the history and all of the data that is backed up via Instagram to find out who was the person that was removed from Ashlee's phone. That is a key piece of evidence because here's the thing. If they unfollowed somebody from Ashlee's phone, that means the DM messages had to be deleted as well. Whoever that person was had DM messages on Ashlee's phone. So I wouldn't be surprised if they also deleted the DM messages too. They deleted the DM messages. Just like they did with Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels died, somebody got a hold of his information. Till this day, somebody's controlling Kevin's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Why? Because they got his cell phone. And they took his money too. They robbed Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was murdered. Steven Twitch Boss was murdered. Rapper Takeoff was murdered. Shanquella, murder. Kanika Jenkins, murdered. All these people were murdered, and all their deaths were covered up. Covered up. And now you got this clown, Drake, a.k.a. Trent, living trending on grounds he don't supposed to be on. He not supposed to be at no funeral place. And you viewers keep allowing these guys to thrive because you think they're doing a good job. This man ain't doing nothing for Ashlee's case. What information did he bring forth that the feds can use right now to put Joe McCann behind bars? Nothing. Nothing. All he's doing is yipping and yapping to get YouTube money. Let's wake the fuck up and understand the real. What is this dude doing? that's given information that can solve the case, that can lock Joe McCann up. Nothing. But when you watch my content, I broke down everything in this case, giving anybody with authority to go research Joe McCann. Where's Joe McCann at? Where's his cell phone? And why all of a sudden he's putting out public statements talking about how much he loved Ashlee? Dog, if you love Ashlee, that love would have never made you and her fight. If you love Ashlee with all that sentimental crap, what were you fighting about? Why don't you tell the people that? And why are you hiding? Come outside, Joe. Why you hiding for? Why you ain't pull up at the funeral? Even if the family didn't even invite you, pull up anyway. But like, that's my fiance in that box. I'm going up in there regardless how y'all feel. Why you ain't show up? You want to release your letter right after the funeral? How convenient is that? Right after the funeral, now you want to release letters? Man, it's crazy.
See here, there's the church right over there, right there where you see like that blue car. And there's homes right around here. This is not a big metropolitan area, and it just feels homey and feels very, very local. You can feel the love and you could feel the warmth.
Man, stop the garbage and get to the damn point. Somebody you could feel the love. Stop it.
I wanted to make sure that we get that across. Walking up, I asked if this wake was open to the public. So just again, for those of you who might have some sort of questions, I'm not intruding.
Bro, we already know it's open to the public. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You telling us stuff we already know. We already have the damn invite to the so-called funeral. So what are you talking about? You don't need to remind us if it's private or public. It's public. It's a public open funeral. So why are you not telling the viewers what you saw? Since you know everybody didn't attend, because we're not family to Ashlee. So why would we attend? But your ass was down there. So being that you were down there, why you ain't giving details?
Family decided they wanted to open this up to the public, okay? There were two entries.
If the family opened it up to the public, why they block Joe McCann for coming through? If it was an open to the public funeral, how could it be open to the public, but yet private at the same time? That don't make sense.
There was one for the family, which is on the side of the building, and the other entrance, which you can see here where that blue car is, that was the public entrance. From what I could see, there wasn't too much public. It was more kind of intimate, family visiting, and but you could tell there was still some people that were like me that have heard or knew about the case that wanted to come and see and or pay their respects. The family asked for there to be no pictures or videos inside. So yes, they're opening up to the public. And even if you go on the church's website, which is the Second Baptist Church, you will see it says, "Come for the celebration of life." They wanted to have this as a celebration of life and to share Ashlee's life and joy with us, the public.
What are you talking about? We want justice for Ashlee, bro. What the fuck you doing? What's celebrating life? What are you talking about? Joe supposed to be in prison. You here talking about celebrating life. What are you talking about? We don't know Ashlee. All we know is a murder took place. Somebody got unalived. And there's a lot of lies being shared. You're telling us that the church said, we don't want no cameras up in there. We don't want this up in there. So if that's the case, why are you so far away from the church? Why don't you stand right by the church and film and talk? Why are you not doing that? Because they already told you, we don't want you near the property. They already warned you already. But you figure, let me go far away and do my video. Thirsty for content. Thirsty. Rather than you wait till when you come home and then be like, hey guys, I want to share my commentary about what I experienced at Ashlee's funeral. I didn't want to record while I was there because it just felt inappropriate, but I could share my thoughts being that I'm home and I'm chilling. I could pretty much share my experience. Why didn't you do that? You was thirsty to record. That's the only reason why you travel to New Jersey. Thirsty. Thirsty, man. I mean, the nerve of you to travel down there to waste money just so you could do content. That's crazy.
Again, no pictures or videos inside. I think that, I mean, should be just something that somebody would do over common courtesy. But of course, you know, it's 2026 and everybody wants viral moments. So I can understand why.
First of all, cameras are normally allowed in funerals when we're dealing with family and friends. I don't know what this dude is talking about. When you're dealing with a family and friends, we take pictures of each other because we were there. We take pictures of our loved ones because we were there, because we want to remember them. So all of this, we don't want cameras in here. We don't want this in here. Fuck that, bro. What are you talking about? This is a public event. If you don't want cameras, make it private. If you don't want cameras, if you don't want us outside, if you don't want us looking around interviewing, make it private. Bottom line.
They made that. Everybody was extremely welcoming, very courteous. I had a backpack on, or like a side bag, you know, like, sorry, you can't come in here with it. And I was like, hey, this is just my laptop and some stuff. They're like, sorry, you can't come in. And
because you could be a mass shooter, fool. That's why you can't come in there with your backpack. Have you heard about all the church shootings? Why would they want you up in the church with a backpack on? You could be a mass shooter for all they know.
Guy, one of the ushers was like,
plus he was looking like this. Dude came in there, listen, this clown came in there looking like Drake. Give me a minute. Let's see. Is this it here? This dude came in there like this. Like Drake. This dude came into a funeral with a choker chain around his neck like a woman, cornrows, jewelry, bracelets, and wondering why the church folks stopped him at the door and was like, nah, fam, you can't come in here looking like that, dog. How you gonna come into a funeral dressed up like a rapper? Looking like a straight goofy, bro. You think you out in the streets? Pay some respect and have some damn respect for yourself, man. You don't come up into a funeral looking like this. What the heck is wrong with you, man? Your daddy didn't teach you no respect? How you gonna come up in there looking like Drake? You see Drake with the cornrows? Cornrows. Chain. Dude trying to be Drake, bro, low key. Dudes are always trying to copy other people's energy. You know? Make sure I hit that like button, fam. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. It is what it is. Let's do what we got to do here. Give me a minute. Let me set this thing back up. Hit that like button.
Would you like me to keep it in the car for you? And I'm like, thank you so much. Like, super nice, but I don't know you and I don't want to leave my expensive laptop with you. So I called my cousin who dropped me off to come and pick up. But just want to let you know, like, just the feeling around everybody, super nice, warm, and friendly.
See, here's the thing. To you, says that's not what we wore, though. He wore a suit. No, you're slow. Because I got all the details. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all don't think before y'all speak. Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute. I don't like when people just talk shit and they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna have to prove you wrong because you lying. Right? You on camera looking like a fool. He on camera looking like a damn fool out here, acting like, yeah, you know, I don't know what's going on, and, you know, dressed up all weird and whatnot, and you at a funeral. We're not buying that garbage. Let me get the receipts and put them on the screen. Because I don't got no time for all these lies. I don't got time for that. So let me show you this. So you could put this in your pipe and smoke it. Because I don't got no time for liars and manipulators. We see what he's dressed like, and we're not going gaslight. We're not going love bomb. We're not doing none of that goofy stuff. This is how this dude is right here. You see this? You see that image right there? This is day 1 and day 2. Stop trying to gaslight, love bomb, and act like y'all don't know what's going on. Because I'm not dumb. I'm showing y'all the facts on the screen. This is how he was there day 1. That's day 1. Day number 2, this clown went and put on a jacket and a dress shirt. So don't come over here gaslighting these viewers. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. This dude recognized he was out of pocket on day 1 and he decided to dress appropriate on day 2. So stop playing games. We're not playing in them games. That's not the same day, so stop it. You sound like a clown. He made 2 videos. You sound like a clown. Let's get back to the content. Let's get back to the content. You ain't going to defend this damn man at no time. That's the same guy, 2 different days. Because on each video, he declared what he's doing. So stop the damn lies. Bunch of people always coming here lying to defend these damn grifters. I'm tired of these lying. They lying every damn day. Lying every day. He did 2 videos, and we're going to learn that. So don't even play yourself. I got all the receipts. I got everything here, and I'm not playing. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button.
Some people were dressed in all black. Some people were dressed in all white.
Dressed in all black, dressed in all white. Masonic ritual funeral. Dressed in all black, dressed in all white. Really? That's a Masonic funeral, guys. Ashlee was blood sacrifice, man. Ashlee was a ritualistic murder, bro.
It's warm and friendly. Some people were dressed in all black. Some people were dressed in all white. This is a celebration of life. Nowhere on the flyer do you see funeral.
Nowhere on the flyer do you see funeral. So this was a ritualistic Masonic gathering here of a blood sacrifice.
Or even says memorial. It just says wake and celebration of life. So that is why some people were dressed in all white. There was a mix of white and black people.
So what? So what? Why are you talking about there was a mix of white and black people? So what?
We'll get to that a little bit later on, but as soon as I rolled up on the family entrance side, I could tell it was Ashlee's family. But on the outside, this entrance, there was a big long line and there were a lot of white people. Now, Ashlee's mom is remarried to a white guy, so I'm not too sure if that was his family.
If you're not sure, shut up. If you're not sure, dog, why are you talking for? Why are you talking? If you're not sure.
Or Joe's family. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Okay, so I said this already. There were no bags or anything allowed inside, but of course, women were allowed to bring their purses. It was a fairly small church, not overdone, but like I said, it felt very local and very homey. Her mom was standing beside with her husband, and on one side, and her father and his wife were standing on the other. Again, I don't want to give any more detail.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all hear that? Listen again. This is crazy. This is a mess.
Standing beside with her husband.
Hold on, let me rewind it back some more.
Bring their purses. It was a fairly small church, not overdone, but like I said, it felt very local and very homey. Her mom was standing beside with her husband, and on one side, and her father and his wife were standing on the other.
So they were separated. The mother and the father wasn't together, holding hands, remembering their daughter. Father was on one side of the church. The other mother was on the other side of the church. Where's the love and the unity of the family? That's crazy. And I'm pretty sure the dad probably had on black and the mom probably had on white. Masonic ritual funeral. Let's go.
And I don't want to give any more details, but of course...
Why you don't want to give any more details? If it was a public event, what are you hiding? What's all of this secrecy? I don't want to give any extra... What is that? What kind of madness is that?
Her casket was there. It was open casket. I don't want to give any more details other than her parents were standing on each side.
Her parents were standing on each side, guys. That means the mother and the father was not together, sharing the moment, grieving, crying, nothing. They were separated. The mother was on her side with the white folk who come from the white family that her husband is, and the black father was on his side with his family. They were divided. It was a segregated moment in the church.
Both seemed very, very strong. Of course, her mother was, of course, crying. I never saw her.
That's cat. You know why I know that's cap? Because you ain't give us no details of Ashlee's conditions. You ain't give us no details of nothing else. But you telling us Ashlee's mom was crying. We never seen that mom crying on no interviews or nothing. So that's cap. None of that stuff happened. You know why? You can't prove it. And even if you claim you were there, I don't believe you. Nobody in that family was crying. Nobody shed any tears. Nobody been grieving or showing any emotion. And now all of a sudden you want to say Ashlee's mom was crying. Well, what about her father? What about her stepdaddy? What about her stepmommy? What about her immediate family? Were they crying too? Man, stop lying for them, bro.
Crying, but seemed very, very strong. And of course, everybody that was lined up from the outside was coming inside, greeting and hugging everybody who was coming in. The pastor came on. It started around 6 p.m. or the doors opened at 6 p.m. The pastor came on at around 10:15, and he says, camera crews are starting to show up, and we would like for people, if you need to step outside, ask an usher to come outside with you, because we don't want people having to feel like they have to have interviews. We do not want this to turn into a spectacle for the world. And
so why you outside recording? Why you outside recording, dog? If that's what they said. You turned it into a spectacle now. You entertaining people. And you monetizing, making money.
And I saw most people coming inside at that point. There were videos and pictures played of Ashlee, like at most wakes. Again, I don't want to describe any of the videos. Or
why not? Why you don't want to describe any of the videos? What is, yo, y'all can't see the secrecy? Y'all can't see that this dude has been paid already? Why he not telling y'all details about pictures that was played in the church? What kind of reporting is this?
Pictures that were playing. Joe Button came in.
Why are you telling us about Joe Button, but you ain't giving us details about Ashlee? We don't give a crap about Joe Button. Joe Button don't mean nothing to this case. What about Ashlee, bro? What about Ashlee? What's the details about her? What's the details about Joe McCann? Do you have any information that can lead to an arrest in this case? What was the father doing? What was the mom doing? Did you interview them? Did you speak to the mom? Did you speak to the dad? Because if you went down there as a YouTuber and you didn't even get close to the mom and dad to get a statement, bro, you waste your damn time. You a failure.
6:20, he came in by himself. He was wearing a Gucci cardigan and he had his hat, but he took his hat off.
Why are you telling us that he had on Gucci for? Is Gucci paying you to promote their brand? Is Gucci paying you to promote cardigan sweaters and all this other stuff? Why are you telling us about his brand and his clothing at a funeral? So you watching what he wearing, dog? What kind of madness is this, bro?
On black glasses. I don't want to say his interaction. I think that should be private.
It was a public affair. You talking about private. What are you talking about? So now you trying to protect your man Joe Button? Isn't it interesting? Joe Button is there, but Joe McCann is not. What's going on? Did Joe come there on behalf of Joe? What's going on, bro? It's crazy.
Just know that he was there, and of course there were some interactions with people.
He lying. You know how you know he lying? Let's check out the body language, like I always tell you when people lying. When people lying, they do this. Watch this.
He was there, and of course there were some interactions.
You see that? You see the body language? When someone is lying, they start scratching themselves. Look.
His interaction, I think that should be private. Just know that he was there, and of course there were some interactions with people. Joe sat down by himself in an aisle by himself.
Why are you giving us all these details about Joe Budden, bro? But you ain't giving us no details about Ashlee. This is why you folks that view his content need to turn that crap off. Because at this point, this dude is working with the family, giving y'all a bunch of fluff. He ain't telling y'all nothing about Ashlee. People want to hear about Ashlee. You telling us about Joe Budden. About Joe Budden was sitting alone. What were you doing, dog? Sitting there being nosy? Sitting there in the church just watching everybody that come in, looking at what they wearing? You know so much about Joe Budden's clothing, but you don't got nothing about Ashlee's casket. You don't got nothing about Ashlee's attire. How was Ashlee dressed? I don't believe that Ashlee was even being shown. I think it was a closed casket. They didn't show Ashlee. Nobody showed Ashlee. For all we know, Ashlee was not even there. Ashlee was not even there. You know why? Because you yourself said that they didn't bury Ashlee. They didn't put her in the ground at the end of your videos. So why go through a whole funeral if you're not going to bury her? So y'all dressed her up for nothing to come to the church? It was a closed casket funeral, gang. Ashlee was never shown. Ringo TV exclusive. Ashlee was never shown. It was a closed casket. Watch and see.
Right, I sat down at the back, and he sat down one row in front of me.
Why you sat in the back of the church for? Because you were nosy. You were hiding. You were filming. You were watching. You were looking at everybody else, being nosy. You didn't go down there to pay no respects. You were in the back of the class. Normally, when somebody's in back of the class, they're afraid to be in the front because they know the teacher gonna call on them. You were in the back. So I know you didn't go to the front to see anything. You were just there to observe and be nosy.
The end, he sat down. Again, I don't want to say how his mannerisms, but he picked up his glasses at one point to look at the pictures in the video.
Why you edit your video? Why you edit your video? Watch this, guys. Watch the clip. Watch the clip in the video. Watch this.
Again, I don't want to say how his mannerisms, but he picked up his glasses.
You saw that cut? You saw that cut in the video? He cut some information out. He cut some information out that he don't want you guys to see. Let me shout out these super chats real quick, guys. I'm gonna get back to the content. Let me see what we got. Shout out to Denise for the $20 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Says Trent exploiting Ashlee. Nobody cares about the so-called celebrities who attended. Trent is a clown. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Yeah, he is definitely a clown because it's like, why is he telling us about this man's cardigan sweater? Why? Why he's telling us about Gucci for? So he knows it's Gucci? Like, really? Why? Why tell us this information? Shout out to Floridine Rollo for the 573. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Salute to Caramel Kimmy Kim. I see you in the building. Appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to July Ruby. Shout out to you, July Ruby 13. Shout out to you for the $10 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. And shout out to everybody that's joining in. If you can be so kind, hit the like button, guys. We need the likes to hit 1,000 so we can push this video in the algorithm. Because we got people like this that are exploiting Ashlee right now, and they're acting as though they care about her situation. But all they're doing is capitalizing off of it. They're not bringing no information to solve the case. They're just making videos for the sake of content to entertain viewers. When you look at my content, I provide nothing but factual information, key information that could get somebody arrested. In this case, Joe McCann. Joe McCann is guilty. How come you don't see this man pushing for Ashlee's justice? How come you don't see him on camera saying Joe is guilty? How come you don't see him speaking up for Ashlee? He ain't doing that. You know why? Bought and paid for. Let's go.
At one point to look at the pictures in the video, and then I would say he maybe stayed 10 or 15 minutes and left.
10 or 15 minutes at a funeral? Fam, he was just there to see if the job was completed. Anytime somebody comes to a funeral and they only spend 10 to 15 minutes there and then they bounce, they never really cared about you. They never loved you. They were just being nosy to see that everything went according, to make sure that things were done properly. Y'all don't know who Joe Budden is. Y'all don't know who he connected to in the industry. I don't trust none of these industry cats. All of them are bought and paid for. All of them Illuminati. All of them is involved in the blood sacrifices. You don't know who authorized that hit on Ashlee. Let's go.
The pastor at one point came up, shook his hand, said hi to him, and I think that's all about it that I want to share.
So the pastor shook the hand of Joe Budden, right? So what makes Joe Budden so special that the pastor had to shake his hand? Did the pastor shake your hand? I doubt it. Let's go.
And like I said a little bit in the beginning, I don't want to come here to be reporter, investigating reporter, journalist, content creator.
Bro, stop. You sound stupid. You got a camera on. You got a Rode wireless microphone. You're there being a cameraman, a reporter, man. Stop. You sound dumb saying that. For real, for real. You sound dumb. Like literally, you're there to report, but you're not even doing the job.
Share. And like I said a little bit in the beginning, I don't want to come here to be, reporter, investigating reporter, journalist, content creator. I more just wanted to come and see the vibe and see the family and see the town and just get a feeling more for somebody who I've been speaking about for the past month. And of course, somebody who...
Shout out to Ginger. I appreciate the comments. As Ringo, I just wanted to say you are awesome. Hey, I appreciate the comment. Appreciate you being here. Spread the word. Tell other people, because on YouTube, a lot of times, most people don't like the fact that I call people out and I'm very bold and straightforward. A lot of times they get turned off because I might drop an F-bomb. I might flip. I might scream on camera. They get pissed off with me. Ashlee is dead and nobody's fighting. A lot of these YouTubers are fake. They just want to make money. That's all they care about. I tell it all the time. Just today, that so-called African woman named Fumi, she dropped her video. What do you think she did, y'all? Just like I said, she started promoting this dude. She started promoting him right away, trying to big him up in the algorithm. The reason why his videos get the clicks and the views is because all of these content creators are sticking together. When he make his content, they piggyback off his content by reacting to it. When they react to it, people learn about his platform. That is how he gained more views and make more money. This is a whole witches coven of witches and warlocks who are literally harvesting the energy of Ashlee for personal gain. That's all they do all day. And when you think about it, Fumi don't even got no content. All she do is regurgitate what she hear other people say. And I'm waiting for one of these content creators to go online to tell y'all about what I shared last night in regards to the Instagram account of Ashlee being compromised. Somebody deleted one of the people that Ashlee was following. And we all know that Joe McCann got that phone. Let's go.
It's had the international attention, but I still...
You see it? You saw the video cut again? Look at the video. It cut again.
Has had the international attention, but I still would like to know, and I will maybe try to find out, if Joe's family was here. Like I said, there was a lot of white people, and there's Joe. Ashlee's father is remarried to a black woman, and Ashlee's mom is remarried to a white man. The amount of white people that were here, I don't think could have been from Ashlee's stepdad's side of the family. I would expect some, but to the level that was here, I really do not think it was from his family, which leads...
Now, let me break this down, fam. Let me give y'all the interpretation of what's going on here. This clown was surprised because more white folk turned out at the funeral than black folk. Well, y'all don't understand, and I'm going to say this again. Ashlee Jenae did not F with her family the way y'all think. So in her passing, you're not going to see a lot of black folk attend that funeral. But you're going to see a lot of white folk. Why? Because Ashlee was more likely raised with her mother, and her stepfather is a white man who have a large family. And being that that stepfather was in Ashlee's life, being possibly a better father than her biological father, more of the white man's family is going to show up at the funeral because they're aware of who Ashlee is. Do you understand? So because of that, this guy is shocked by the amount of white people. That means more white folk was at the funeral than black people, because he seems so surprised to the point where he's assuming that it's possibly Joe's family that was there. Why would Joe's family be there if Joe wasn't invited? If Ashlee's mom and father didn't invite Joe, how could Joe's family be invited? That don't make sense. They would not invite the family either. Let's get back to the content.
To believe that it may be Joe's family. And like we have said, and like we have spoken about a couple of times here, that Joe was married and divorced and had 2 kids. We do know that Ashlee was a stepmom to Joe McCann's kids. So was that Joe's side of the family? But how weird must...
Bro, you don't even know whose side of the family is what. That's why you shouldn't be talking. Because now you sound stupid. Nothing you're saying helps with the case of Ashlee. Nothing. You're worried about who's who. Joe McCann was not there. So whether Ashlee's family from her stepdad was there or Joe McCann's family was there is irrelevant. Why are you talking about stuff as if though white people can't be at the funeral? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that white folk can't attend the funeral? Ashlee knew a lot of folk that she probably was friends with, school, teachers, various other people. And when they have funerals, a lot of times white folk turn out in large numbers. Everybody come out to the funeral. Why you ain't talking about black people? Why you ain't talking about the amount of black people that showed up? You know why? Because nobody ain't show up. Nobody showed up. And it was shocking to see so many white people. That's why your focus is on white people. You're shocked that more turned out for Ashlee than black folk. That speaks volumes.
Joe's side of the family? But how weird must that be if Joe's side of the family is showing up to the wake and or funeral, but Joe is still in Tanzania and from what we know does not have his passport?
How could he not have his passport and not be in the United States, but yet he dropped a post on his social media? Explain that to me. Explain that to me, Trent, because you're lying once again. You're lying because TMZ published the information. Joe made a public statement. So everything you said about Joe being in Tanzania, pretty much locked up somewhere, questioned by police, then how in the world was he able to publish a public statement about Ashlee? You played yourself.
And from what reports are, still being held in jail, questioned.
So he's in jail being questioned with his cell phone, able to publish stuff to social media? You're lying. So you should have never said a word. Now you got exposed.
Not as a...
See, a lot of you folks that keep following these YouTubers thinking they all the way up here, recognize something. I'm Ringo TV. I've been here before everybody. 2006, I started on YouTube. None of these content creators were there when I started. All of these content creators are grifters. All they care about is a YouTube check. They don't care about Ashlee's justice. He's not fighting for Ashlee's justice. He's hiding information. He's being very selective of what he's saying. If this man was at the funeral, he's supposed to be speaking on details. Is the family investigating the case? Is the family pursuing legal action against Joe? Is the family planning on taking a trip to Zanzibar to get the video of the hotel? What is going on with the case? We don't want to hear all of this nonsense. We don't want to hear about cardigan Gucci sweaters. We don't want to hear about Joe Budden. We don't want to hear none of that mess. What we want to know is what's the results of the autopsy? What's going on with the case? Let's stay on topic. He's trying to distract you with a bunch of mumbo jumbo flesh and a bunch of garbage. Hit that like button. Let's go.
But potentially as a witness from what we know. We don't know much because Tanzania doesn't want to tell us anything. And like we have known and reported, Tanzania doesn't have to tell us or the U.S. government anything. So
then why are we waiting for anything for? See, that doesn't make no sense. If this man just said Tanzania don't have to tell us nothing, they don't have to tell the U.S. government nothing, then we wasting our time waiting for an autopsy from Africa. We're wasting our time believing the narrative that Africa put out in regards to the case that Ashlee took her life. We don't believe that. You know why? Because based on my research and my investigation in this case, Fumi, who is an African woman, said that in Zanzibar, in Africa, you have to have money to bribe people to get what you want. She was suggesting to Ashlee's mother and father that they need to take the GoFundMe money and use that to bribe people in Africa. So that means anything you're getting from Africa is most likely a lie. So we're not following what they say anyway. Let's go.
My biggest takeaway is that Joe's family. And we do...
Why didn't you ask them? Why didn't you go up to them and be a man? See, this is what I'm saying. This dude is not a man. He's scared of people. If you're supposed to be a content creator, a reporter, a journalist, why didn't you just walk up to people and introduce yourself, introduce your what you do, your YouTube channel, and be like, are you Joe's family or Ashlee, related to Ashlee? Why didn't you just interact with the people? Instead, you over here guessing and making a fool of yourself and assuming, like, all of this is poor journalism, fam.
Know that Ashlee's parents, both mom and dad, have said that they haven't spoken that much to Joe. We do know at first it was that he called her, Ashlee's mom, from the hospital. And since that, we have heard that they have spoke very little to Joe. So
they didn't speak at all with Joe. So stop lying. It's not that they didn't spoke very little. They didn't speak at all with Joe. After that phone call, that one phone call, they haven't gotten no messages anymore from Joe. So Joe is a liar. And that public message that Joe put out claiming that he feels bad for the family and, you know, that they're going through, that's a lie because he never communicated with them after the fact.
Says I have spoke very little to Joe McCann. Does Ashlee's mother mean that phone call, or has she spoken to Joe since? And
bro, while you like this, you're telling the viewers that you don't know what you're talking about. You're all over the place. You're not prepared. You didn't prepare yourself before you went on camera. You see, when I go live, I'm just being me, straight up, raw and uncut. I don't got no script in front of me. I don't need no notepads like you. You got notepads in your hand. You literally got to gather your thoughts. Bro, you're not really built for this, fam. Like, you're being fake, fam. Like, for real, for real. I don't know why you lying to these people.
Both parents have said they do have questions.
If the parents have questions, why didn't they invite Joe to the funeral? If the parents have questions, all they had to do is just say, hey, Joe, you're welcome to be at the funeral. We would glad to have you. So why would they deny him access if they got questions? Because Joe got all the answers to these questions.
If you're questioning Joe McCann and you think maybe he had something to do with it or knowledge or something, do you allow his children and his family to still come to the wake when there are still so many questions?
No, you won't. And that's the problem. You're not thinking straight, man. You're thinking very slow. Why would the family? First of all, it's a public funeral for anybody. Nowhere on the flyer did they say Joe McCann is not invited or the family is not invited. So this had to be something that they did privately, meaning they probably contacted Joe or they said amongst themselves that Joe is not invited. And for some reason, that information leaked out and TMZ was able to pretty much get a hold of that from their sources because that's how it was published on TMZ. TMZ is the one that reported that Ashlee Jenae's family basically said that Joe McCann is not invited to the funeral. That's kind of wrong if you ask me, because it was a public event for anybody to come through. So why discriminate against Joe? That would make the family evil, that they would not want Joe to attend. If you don't want Joe to attend, why would you want his family to attend? That don't make sense. And I'm pretty sure they would know who their family is, because obviously Ashlee's mother is married to a white man. They would know the difference between whose family is who based on the fact that they're interacting, or if the other white folk is separated, then that kind of look like, whoa, wait a minute. Could this be Joe's family over here? And they would probably go over there to introduce themselves or speak or whatever the case is.
We still know that there is no result from the autopsy from Tanzania, or if they do have the results, they haven't shared it with the public or with the family.
Because no autopsy was made. I told you already, the reason why they took Ashlee to the hospital is to get those organs. Y'all don't believe me. I've always been correct when I do these investigative news reporting. They took Ashlee to that hospital, to 2 separate hospitals, so they could get the organs. Where's the autopsy? They ain't give you that yet. You know why? Because it's all fluff. They're lying to you long enough so they could put Ashlee underground. And up to now, Ashlee's family still haven't gone to Africa yet. We still waiting for them to go to Zanzibar to go tear up that hotel and get the footage. They ain't go do it yet.
Do know that Ashlee's parents, when her body came back, I think a week or maybe 2 weeks now, they have conducted their own independent autopsy.
And the results should be back already. Why is it taking so long? What's going on? Why would the family go do an independent autopsy if Ashlee's body was already compromised in Africa? How do you know her organs are still intact? How do you know the organs weren't removed and old organs were placed back in her body? Whatever autopsy they do in the United States It was already compromised, so you can't even accept those results. And furthermore, why do an independent autopsy if you haven't gotten the first autopsy from Zanzibar? Your first course of action would be to lawyer up, get international support from the United States so that you can get the results of that autopsy by making the United States put pressure on Zanzibar to give up them autopsy documents so that you know exactly what's going on with your daughter. The family never did that. So for them to jump to do a second autopsy, it makes no logical sense. Why get a second opinion if you didn't even get the first opinion? So what I'm seeing logically is that Zanzibar probably already given the family the autopsy results, but the family don't like the results that they gave them. That's why they went to do a second autopsy, but they never released the information to the public for us so that we know what's going on. Let's go.
From what we know, they don't have the results back. So from what we know, they still don't know if Joe was a witness, if he's a suspect, or what. That is my takeaway.
Notice what he just said. The family don't know if Joe is a witness or a suspect. Joe is a suspect, dog. What are you doing? Why would he be a witness? A witness to what? A witness to what? He was the one that was fighting Ashlee in the room, and Zanzibar claimed that they separated them. I'm the one who told you guys Joe and Ashlee was never separated from their room. That man was with her the whole night. He was the one who discovered her body because he most likely unalived her by choking her out. You understand? Or they were playing some sick game and he choked that young girl out. That's what he did. You know? Because the stories don't make sense. They put out two stories. One story, they said that the hotel came to the room, gave Ashlee a charger, and Ashlee told them, come back in 10 minutes. The guy came back to 10 minutes, looked in the window, saw the lights was out, used an emergency key card, and found Ashlee dead. That's story number one. Story number two, the hotel claimed that Joe McCann was the one who informed them that Ashlee is dead. So which story is true?
The white people that were there were friendly, crying.
Why shouldn't they be friendly? Like, why would you tell us that the white people were friendly? What did you expect them to be? Like what kind of reporting is that? Sounds kind of cringe the way you say it. White people, they were friendly and they were crying. Well, what about the father side? What about the black side of the family? Were they crying? Like, this doesn't make no sense.
Hugging everybody like a family. You guys take from that what you will. Now, I started off this video by saying we all got a card when we came in to the church right behind me. And like
I don't know why he's bringing up race for. I don't know why he keep doing that. He's making it seem like the white folk that were there, like they were crying, they were nice. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you even say that? Like, why? That don't make no sense. This is crazy, man.
This is public, so I'm not reading you anything that is not meant to be public. And to me, it gives a little bit of insight.
Why are you reading the card from the church, from the obituary? Why are you reading that card? Why? But you ain't tell us the details about Ashlee. It don't make no sense, man.
And it has Ashlee's picture. I guess this is a picture of her from a child and an older picture.
Why are you showing us that picture, but you're not telling us about the pictures and the videos that was being shown in the church? But you're telling us what's on the card picture. And why are they showing you pictures of her when she was a kid? How come the family don't got up-to-date pictures of their daughter as she is today? You know why? Because they weren't really close to her the way they want you to think.
It says Ashlee Robinson says sunrise April the 5th, 1995, sunset April the 9th, 2026. And on the back it says, to those I love, when I'm gone, release me, let me go. I have so many things to see and do. You must not tie yourself to me with tears. Be happy.
What? So they wrote all of this mess on the card. Yo, this is crazy. So she don't want nobody crying for her or nothing. She just want everybody to just release her. Okay.
Had so many years. I gave you love. You can only guess how much you gave me in happiness. I thank you for the love each have shown, but now it's time I travel alone. So grieve a while for me.
Yeah, he's trying to separate the step family from from Ashlee's biological father. And the thing is, Ashlee had more of a relationship with her stepdad. I don't know y'all if y'all know that. Ashlee had more of a relationship with her stepdad than her biological dad. And people don't know that. That's why the white family attended the church and came out in strong numbers in support. And what I always tell you, whoever show up, they more likely was in your life. How come he ain't talk about the black family and the outpouring of support and the number of family members that show up? Because nobody showed up.
If grieve you must, then let your grief be comforted by trust. It's only for a while that we must part, so bless those memories within your heart. I will not.
Notice how many cuts, copies, and pastes is in his video. How come he don't just speak fluent like me? How come everything got to be a cut, copy, paste? How come every sentence cut to try to sound perfect?
Be far away, for life goes on. So if you need me, call and I will come. Those who cannot see or touch me, I will be near. And if you listen with your heart, you will hear. All of my love around you, soft and clear. Then, when you must come this way alone, I will greet you with a smile and welcome home. Now, I'm sure that is a passage from somewhere or some sort of a song or something. I don't know exactly where it's from. Maybe some of you could tell me if you know in the comment section.
Why don't you know where it's from? You're the reporter. You want somebody else to tell you where it's from. Why? Because you ain't do your homework. How about taking the time to do your homework before you talk?
But what I think is really important here is when I'm gone, release me, let me go. I have so many things to see or do. You must not tie yourself to me with tears. Be happy that we had so many years.
That sounds creepy and cringe. They're basically saying that Ashlee is saying, hey, when I die, just let me go. Don't tie me down with your tears. Don't cry for me. Don't even seek my justice because I gotta go be with the Lord and see the sights and sounds that the Lord. This is crazy. This is crazy what they put out.
When I'm gone, release me. Now, a lot of you and even me have questioned the parents. I'm saying, why aren't they over in Tanzania? Why aren't they doing more? Why this?
You mean I have? You mean I'm the one? I'm the one from day one. From day one, I said I don't trust the parents. From day one. Because I've done these kind of reporting stories many times. And all I see is the signs. The signs are clear. When you drive your car, you see signs. Signs let you know where everything is at. I see the signs on people right away. The parents was dirty from the beginning. Once I saw the GoFundMe go up, I already knew the family was dirty. Once I saw no tears, no emotion, family dirty. Family didn't go to Africa. They ain't seek no justice. Dirty. Family never came out in the public and says, Joe killed my daughter. Dirty. From when I see the signs, I already know there's foul play. Family already been dirty from the beginning.
Why that? And I've always said, A, it's none of our business. B,
if it's none of your business, why you make content to get paid? It is your business. Anything that is public information is your business. So saying it's none of your business is dumb.
Give them grace. And C, we do know that there's lawyers, publicists involved, and
there is no lawyers or publicists involved. What are you talking about? There's no lawyers involved. What are their names? You said there's lawyers involved. Okay, what's their names so we can look up to see if these attorneys exist? What publicist? Ashlee had a publicist? What publicist is involved? Do you even know what you're talking about? What's the publicist's name? I bet you don't even know. You know why? Because you're talking shit. You don't even know what you're talking about. And that's the problem. You have people like this, these Drake-looking ninjas who come on YouTube talking like they giving information for the family, and they out here lying. They out here lying. This dude went to the funeral dressed up like Drake, and then came the second day dressed up in a jacket with a shirt with no tie. You know, didn't even have time to put on a tie, but want us to believe that he came over there for being real. Drake wannabe. You see that? That's your hero. That's the guy that's doing the work. Nah, we're not buying that, fam. You ain't even fighting for justice for Ashlee. You out here just trying to be seen in the public. That's all you trying to do.
The things that we see in public can be vastly different from what's in private. But of course, we're human beings, so we're going to speculate and to see and to try to come to some sort of understanding on our own. I mean, it's just human nature. So until we have more information, it could be that their faith is that we're going to let God handle this.
Oh, boy, I cannot stand when they bring God and stuff, bro. I cannot stand when people bring God into it. Well, God is going to handle it. God don't got nothing to do with this, man. Ashlee is dead and somebody killed her. And if we don't do nothing about it, God is not doing nothing about it. So stop the gaslighting, stop the foolishness. I'm tired of people talking about what God is going to do. If God was going to do something, God would have never allowed Ashlee to be murdered. So don't tell me what God is going to do. I'm tired of people talking about what God is going to do. Why God always got to do something once somebody died? Why? Why can't God do something and show himself to be God before the person died? I'm tired of y'all bringing up God. I'm tired of y'all getting religious and being overly spiritual when a woman was murdered. I'm tired of people doing that mess. What are we doing about this problem? What are we doing to solve the case of Ashlee Jenae?
It could be that their faith is that we're going to let God handle this. We have decided that when I'm gone, release me, let me go. And maybe they feel they just want to let Tanzania do what Tanzania does.
What? So the family just want to sit back and let Tanzania lie and not do anything. I told you guys, the family is working with Joe. Y'all don't believe me. The family is not doing nothing. If that's the case, what is the autopsy for? What is the autopsy for if the family's not making moves?
Or what the U.S. Embassy wants to do. And let Joe be a suspect or be a witness or whatever, and we just let that go. And we are just letting go of this. Now, I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm just, like I said, we can only speculate until we know. But I feel like this passage tells us a lot. You guys sound off below. Let me know what you think about this passage. And again, if any of you know if this is a song or what, if you know, please let me know.
Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Anybody got it? Are we back? We're not back. Are we back? Now, you see, guys, how when we're live and we're trying to do this work, it's like YouTube, they shut us down and then they knock everybody out of the video. You see how that works? Can you hear me? Are we good? Are we here? Are you guys in the chat? I asked you guys to put a 1 in the chat to let me know. I don't see nobody giving me no 1s. Up to now, nobody's giving me no 1s. Like, what's going on with you folks? Y'all got to learn how to communicate when I'm speaking, man. Like, seriously, like, there's like a massive delay. Like, I'm asking you guys, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know we're here so I can continue to get to work. And it's taking everybody 5-10 minutes to put a 1 in the chat, man. Like, this is crazy. Let me just rewind back this whole thing, man. This is why I don't like going live. Every time I go live, YouTube try to shut me down. It's like I can't do my content in peace, and then people don't communicate. Let's go.
It can be vastly different from what's in private. But of course, we're human beings, so we're going to speculate and to see and to try to come to some sort of understanding on our own. I mean, it's just human nature. So until we have more information, it could be that their faith is that we're going to let God handle this.
God ain't handling nothing.
That when I'm gone, release me, let me go.
God is not handling nothing, man. So you said we back? Okay. God is not handling nothing. I'm tired of people talking about, because I don't know if y'all heard me say this, because YouTube like to shut me down when I'm making powerful points. So I got to repeat myself. He's saying God is going to handle this, and the family may be thinking God is going to handle this. People got to stop being religious because God is not handling anything. I'm tired of people bringing God into everything. Anytime somebody dies, we always want to say what God is going to do. If God was God and God really cared, Ashlee would still be here. So obviously God ain't doing anything, because if he was God and he's caring about the situation, Ashlee would have been protected. But see, even in that situation, we still can't use God and say, well, if God is God, he would have protected her. I just don't like when people bring God in anything. Life is life. People do things. People die. When Cain killed Abel, where was God to protect Abel? God wasn't there. God allowed Cain to kill his brother, just like God allowed everybody else to do evil. In the world we live, people do good, people do evil. Let's stop bringing up God every single time somebody dies, talking about what God is going to do, like God's job is to bring justice to Ashlee. The ones who's supposed to bring justice to Ashlee are we, the people who are alive. What's the point of doing these videos? What's the point of bringing out proof if nobody's going to do anything to do the research necessary to put Joe McCann behind bars? We need justice for Ashlee. We waiting on God. God is not doing nothing. You got to do something. Hit the like button. You got 400 people. It was 500 earlier. Where are the folks to support the work that we're doing? Y'all worrying about God. God not doing nothing. You know why? Because he see you are not doing nothing. You're not supporting the people that are making these videos that are reaching the world with information that everybody can see and use. You're not supporting them. You're not hitting the like button. You don't support the shows, right? But you waiting for God to do something. God is not doing nothing.
Maybe they feel they just want to let Tanzania do what Tanzania does, or what the U.S. Embassy wants.
Tanzania takes bribes according to the African woman. So they're lying about Ashlee. So why would we be sitting around waiting for Tanzania to do the right thing?
To do, and let Joe be a suspect or be a witness or whatever, and we just let that go, and we are just letting go of this. Now, I'm not saying that this is fact. I'm just, like I said, we can only speculate until we know. But I feel like this passage tells us a lot. You guys sound off below. Let me know what you think about this passage. And again, if any of you know if this is a song or what, if you know, please let me know. Like I said, trying my best to cover this very, very sensitive story.
Sensitive story? Bro, why are you making this thing like it's all delicate and whatnot? Ashlee dead. She not coming back. Right? Ashlee don't feel no more pain. But what we got to do right now is we got to solve the case. And you're not doing that. You're just making content to get paid. You ain't saying or doing nothing that's bringing justice to Ashlee at this point. All this, oh, I'm trying to be sensitive. I'm trying to be respectful of the family. The family don't even respect Ashlee. So what are you talking about? The family not doing nothing right now in this investigation to get justice for Ashlee.
While respecting the parents and family and friends, I've been trying to do that with every single video. We will, of course, be back here again tomorrow.
Notice, he said, we will be back here tomorrow. So to that person who said, oh, that was the same day he was wearing this and then he put on the suit, stop the cap. He said, we're going to be back tomorrow. That is what he wore on that day. So stop coming in my comments lying for these people.
The wake tomorrow, I think, starts at 9 to 11, and then the funeral from 11 to 12. There's some information that I got that will happen after, but I'm going to just wait for tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned.
See, he wants you to continue to watch his video so he can make the money.
That, and we'll come back with some more information tomorrow. For now, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I'm reading this wrong. Let me know. Also, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. When you are subscribing, there is a join button beside when you click that join button. Don't forget to subscribe and click all so that you can be notified every time we upload a video or we go live. You do not
see, he's using Ashlee to get new members so you can join. You would think that this man filming at a funeral, he would just do the work and keep it moving. No. This is what's important.
Want to miss anything. Also, I'm going to put in the comment section below our last Ashlee Jenae video. For those of you who are not up to date, check out the whole page. We have been covering this since the beginning, but I'll put our latest video before this. I will put it in the comment section and pin it. And for those of you who have lasted this long in the video, YouTube is going to recommend another video for you. You can click on that. Thank you very much for the support, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace. I am outside of...
Now we're in tomorrow. You see how he's dressed now? So to the person who said what you said, you lied. This is 2 separate days. I'm a content creator. I know how to do my job. This dude is back at the church filming again, guys. Let's go.
The Second Baptist Church in South Jersey, the church where Ashlee Jenae's funeral just wrapped up. Earlier this morning at 9 a.m.
Notice he was looking like Drake in the first video, but recognized that what he had on was inappropriate. So he decided to change.
Wake, and at 11, there was her funeral. Yesterday, we covered the wake. I will pin the video in the comment section below for those who haven't seen it.
Yesterday, we covered the wake, and I'm going to pin the video for you to see it. That's the video we just finished watching. Do you see? I was correct.
This will be a continuation. The service started out beautifully. A very, very packed church. This was the program. I'm not going to show you guys too much.
Why you ain't going to show the people too much? What's the point of reporting on a story if you're not going to show people anything? It makes no sense what you're doing.
Like yesterday, I want to be very, very respectful to the family.
If you were respectful of the family, you wouldn't be recording videos about this by the church. You would not be doing that. That's disrespectful.
And I'll start this video off just like how I started off yesterday's video. I will not be telling you guys any details of how Ashlee looked or her casket or any of those things. It was an open casket.
Basically, I'm not sure if you... Let me see who said that. Let me see. Deborah says this entire thing is ridiculous. Who puts that type of thing in the obituary? Shaking my head. Why is he even reporting a 5-year-old could do better job? I'm not gonna believe anything that they say. I'm not sure if you're referring to the section of the obituary where it was reading, in other words, don't cry for me, just release me. That sounds weird that they would put that in there. I myself, listening to that, because Ashlee didn't write that. They literally made that up. That sounds crazy. It's almost like if they're saying Ashlee said, don't fight for my justice. Don't cry for me. Just continue to pray for me or what. It sounds weird. I don't know why. I don't know why they even put that in there.
But I will not be giving any of those details out. I want to respect the family. The day started off beautifully, like I said, packed church. Again, shout out.
I'm not sure what you mean by where is your comment at Deborah, because I just read your comment. So I don't know what you mean by where is your comment. I just read your comment.
The preacher and the ushers, everybody was extremely welcoming, hospitable, and very, very warm. This is a South Jersey small town, and you could feel the love. This Second Baptist Church is where Ashlee was baptized. This is her parents' church. This town and this church right behind me, you can still see some people outside gathering, leaving.
Why don't you go by the people if they're gathering and leaving and stop being so scary and afraid of the people? Go to the people and ask them what they think. See, you're doing horrible jobs here. This is not journalism. Real coverage of this would be you outside and finding out what's going on with the people and what the people are saying and what they believe. Do the families believe that Joe McCann took this woman out? What are the family's thoughts on this situation? Because I'm tired of all this fake stuff. You got all those people showing up for the funeral. Are all those people in support of justice for Ashlee, or are they just blindly following a funeral? What are they doing? Because it's like nobody is fighting for Ashlee's justice. It's like people are just brainwashed sheeples at this point.
This is where Ashlee got her beginnings, and today we learned her humble beginnings.
We didn't learn anything. You ain't tell us anything. You didn't give us no information. because you're lying for clout. You're clout chasing off of Ashlee's death, and you're doing it for social media clicks and views so you could earn that big YouTube check. Let's go.
One of the reasons why I wanted to cover this was to get a better understanding of Ashlee. I've been covering this story before it hit the international airways and media outlets, and covering it, I felt like it was important to not only just know about the headlines and what happened in Tanzania, but to come here where she was born and raised and feel her community.
Man, stop it, man. We don't want to hear all this love bombing, gaslighting garbage. You don't care about Ashlee, so stop it. You care about that YouTube check, that $15,000 to $25,000 YouTube check. That's what you care about. So stop the cap.
Understanding, and I hope that I'm going to be able to translate that in this video, and I hope I was able to do it yesterday as well. One also thing that I would like to say about the ushers is, as soon as I walked in today, they said Trent out loud, and I was like, uh-oh. And he said, I watched your video yesterday. Thank you very, very much for
Notice this comment from this idiot in the live chat. Well, let me read this dumb comment. Somebody said, hey, Ringo. Oh, somebody, you deleted the comment. Damn, you should have never did that at Caramel. You should have never did that. You should have never did that. I'm trying to read the comment. You deleted the comment while I'm trying to read. Don't ever do that. I'm trying to do a show. You deleted the comment while I'm trying to read the comment. Next time, never do that mess. That just messed me up there, because I'm trying to show people what's going on and how people act when it comes to me doing videos. Don't delete nobody's comment while I'm reading their comment. My goodness, bro.
The kind things you said about the church, and thank you very much for being respectful to the family. And he went on to say that other people also saw our coverage and liked it and thought we did a good job. So shout out to us for that, and shout out to everybody in the comment section who left nice comments. They saw the video and saw your comments. So I wanted to give a shout out to the Out Louders and the team. Okay, couple of things to note as we're talking about media. TMZ and some other news outlets tried to come yesterday. The preacher blocked them and said they were not welcome.
Now, notice what they're saying. The preacher blocked TMZ from coming to the church. Did you get that? The preachers blocked TMZ from coming to the church.
TMZ and some other news outlets tried to come yesterday. The preacher blocked them and said they were not welcome inside. And also today, again, there was more media. I'm on a school ground because I wanted to just be away from the church. I didn't want to catch anybody on camera that didn't want to be on. But the family wanted this to, yes, be public, but be private away from.
That don't make no sense. How could the family want this to be public, but yet private at the same time? Does that make sense? That don't make no sense, man. Why would the family block TMZ? Because the family is working with Joe. The family is working with Joe. Just like I said. They're working with Joe, gang. They're working with Joe. On my cell phone, I cannot see the comment that was deleted. I would have to go on my laptop and go to my channel and look for the comment, because I have to read this comment. Very important to the moderators. Do not block nobody if I'm reading their comments. Don't block nobody, because I'm trying to do my job and it just throws me off when I'm trying to do my job, man. Don't block nobody's comments. Don't delete nobody. Don't do none of that stuff. Let these people stay in the chat so they could talk their bullshit so that I can continue to do my work. You understand? So now I got to stop what I'm doing. I got to stop the show. I got to literally go to social media, turn my volume down. I got to go to my channel in order to find this comment now. Now I got to go do all of this extra work now. So give me a minute while I go do some work. Let me see if I can go find this comment now and do this work here. Give me a minute. Hopefully the comment is still there, because I'm able to see deleted comments. But sometimes the comment may be gone already, because I want to show people the type of stuff that I got to deal with when it comes to these people who are always talking crap about me, and yet they don't talk crap about nobody else, right? Let me see. Okay. I don't see nothing. I don't see any comment. Yeah, I don't see anything. And if anybody's trying to send it to my cell phone, you're wasting your time because I'm on a live on my cell phone, so I can't check messages. If anybody got anything, send it to my Instagram. That I can check on my computer. Other than that, let me get back to this show because everything is just ruining what I wanted to say. Very important information I wanted to share you before that comment was removed. Again, to the moderators, don't delete nobody's comments when I'm doing a show. If you see me reading, don't delete somebody while I'm reading because I have to make my points. This is a live stream. People need to hear information. And when you delete it, it messes up the whole show. Because what that person was doing was some nasty work. And I needed to address that issue because I don't like when people do stuff like that, talking crap about me, using somebody's content when everybody is using content to report on this story. I don't like when people do that type of stuff. You know? Let me see if I can do that. It looked like somebody sent me a message. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me go check my Instagram, find out what's going on. Let me do this real quick and check these messages, find out what's happening here. Give me a minute. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Let me see. All right. So I got the message here. So let me take a screenshot of this so I could address this nonsense that somebody posts, right? Let me address that because if I don't address this type of stuff, people are going to talk crap about me, and that's not going to happen on my watch. Nobody's going to be able to talk crap about me and get away with it. Nobody. Because I'm going to address all of this garbage, right? So let's address this person on this clip that they post. Give me a minute. Let me see. I got to make sure everything is set here. Okay. Oh, the live stream playing in the background. Let me move that out the way. All righty. Let's see what we got. All right. So we got the video. We got the screenshot. We got that. So we got everything here. Okay. So let me address this right here. So somebody named Nikki came in. Let me highlight you, Nikki. What's going on? You left this comment and a moderator deleted it right before I could even address you. You said, hey, Ringo, question. Where's your new information regarding this case? It's in my videos. Why don't you watch it, dumbass? I got over probably 17 videos regarding the case with nothing but factual evidence to put Joe McCann behind bars. Why you not watching it? You talking about where's the information? It's in my videos that all these YouTubers keep regurgitating. All these YouTubers that you follow, like Sheba, like Fumi, like Trey, Trent, all these content creators that regurgitate the information that I put out, yeah, they get their info from Ringo TV. So before you come to my page talking about question, where is your new information regarding this case? It's in my videos. How about you watch it? So you go on saying regarding this case, you can share instead of using other creators' content while hating on them. Now notice what the person says, using other creators' content while hating on them. Nobody's hating on anyone. I'm calling out the bullshit. The problem is you're an idiot and you're most likely paid by Trent or you're Trent under his female account trying to come in here talking a bunch of crap, talking about where is your own commentary and information. I mean, how stupid could you be? I got 17 live streams published on this platform. You talking about where is your own commentary? All of these YouTubers get their commentary from me. Ask about me. I'm Ringo TV. I'm the source. Now talk to me about this info. Last night on my stream, I uncovered that somebody deleted information from Ashlee's Instagram page. Are you going to talk about that, or are you going to wait for Trent to talk about what I already talked about? I already showed the receipt of Ashlee Jenae following 1,150 people on Instagram. Now it's down to 1,149 people. So who deleted that person that she was following? Who deleted them? See, I'm out here putting in this work. I already solved the case. I'm not at no damn funeral gaslighting the people and acting like I care about Ashlee. The only people that belong at a funeral is family and friends. People that actually loved Ashlee, not some damn content creator looking for clicks and views trying to get a YouTube check. It is very disrespectful for anybody to show up to a damn funeral with a camera doing reporting, but so damn scary and scared you don't want to stand in front of the church where you can interview the people. Why don't you go in front of the church and interview the people there? Don't stand far away. Don't stand a whole block or two away from the church. Didn't even have the decency to put on a suit on day one. Instead, he wear a damn herringbone chain, right? Looking like Drake at a funeral gathering. How disrespectful could you be? So before you talk about where is my commentary, check my platform first, because it's full of information. The best information on YouTube is only at Ringo TV. All these other channels are grifters. All they do is gaslight, love bomb, and put out lies. Look at your girl Fumi. What does she do? She's using Trent's video, reacting to that. Are you on her platform telling her why she's using Trent's content? Fair use allows anybody to use anybody's video for commentary. I don't need nothing for Trent. Trent ain't do no research. He ain't gathered no information that is substantial to the case. Everything he's talking about is a bunch of garbage. Nobody don't care about Joe Budden's cardigan Gucci sweater. What is that doing for the case? What is knowing about what a man is wearing? What is that doing for justice for Ashlee? Nothing. But that's what Trent give you. You call that information? What information is Trent bringing that's going to put somebody behind bars? Nothing. All he's doing is entertaining you to get money. That's all he care about. So don't talk to me about none of the garbage that you saying. I cannot stand you users who always want to come to the platform posting a bunch of garbage. Always got something to say when Ringo TV is on the front line. When Ringo TV put out the correct information, you always got these haters. These kind of haters that come through and post a bunch of garbage. This is what they love to do. They do it all the time. Always got something to say. Where is your commentary? Why don't you do your own commentary? You're hating on Trent. Hating? I'm showing you the inconsistencies. I'm showing you the fact that this guy is not giving you no information. This man didn't describe how Ashlee looked or nothing. You know why? Because he didn't see Ashlee. It was a closed casket. Nobody seen Ashlee. Because if it's public, it is not a big deal to talk about it. You know what I mean? The mother and father didn't even talk about their own daughter. And you said it, Trent, that Ashlee's mother and father didn't even come up to the podium to talk about their own daughter. That's crazy. Listen, when my mama died, I was up at the podium talking. What are you talking about? That don't make no sense to be a so-called mother and father and you ain't talking about your own daughter. These people on social media be lying all day, guys. Let's get back to the content. Let me get back to the content. I'm done reacting to this dumbass right here. So let's get back to the video, man. Hit that like button, fam, for the realest on YouTube. Nobody else on these YouTube streets is as real as Ringo TV. This dude is a fraud. And the reason why they pushing him, matter of fact, YouTube is pushing this clown. They pushing his videos. And this man ain't even doing no work. He ain't even fighting for Ashlee's judgment. He's just running the numbers up. And YouTube loved that. You know why? Because that keeps the advertisers happy. It makes money. YouTube normally pushes videos that makes them money. That's the bottom line of YouTube. Let's go. Hold on, let me get the volume up.
Friends, for welcoming us there. It started off with a musical prelude. It was very, very nice. Then there was the clergy and the family that walked in. Beautiful family, everyone dressed in white. We spoke about this yesterday, where this was a celebration of life. There was nowhere there even on this program here, does it say funeral. Father, family, sisters, brothers, cousins, etc. Everybody was dressed in white.
So Fumi deleted your comment? Wow. Fumi deleted your comment. That's crazy. I told you guys that these content creators are frauds. They're frauds. All you doing is asking questions, sharing your thoughts, and she deleted your comment for that? Man, I tell you, that's crazy, man. Anytime you hold them accountable, this is why they hate me. This is why. This is why I can't get my fair shake on YouTube. This is why I always try to make the viewers know to stop letting these content creators lie. Stop letting them lie, man. It don't make no sense. Stop making these YouTubers get rewarded for lying to you. Fumi is a fraud. She don't care about American black women. She's African. She don't got no love for American black women. She don't. She's milking the system with Ashlee Jenae's death for personal gain. She started off her video promoting shirts and jerseys. Why? Because she's trying to make money. She don't care about Ashlee. Talking about she's fighting for justice for Ashlee. How? What did Fumi do to help Ashlee's family get back to Zanzibar? Nothing. It don't make no sense. No sense at all. Why this person is saying why you don't go to Zanzibar? Why the fuck would I go to Zanzibar? Ashlee is not my family. Listen, fam. I already told you, bro. I got 4 daughters. Anybody mess with my daughters come up in some sort of drama, I'm coming for you, dog. I ain't even going to the police. I'm hunting you down. What are you talking about? That family is soft. And Ashlee's father is soft. All of them is soft. I don't know what kind of family is that where Ashlee get unalive and nobody doing nothing. Ain't nothing popping. What's going on? Your daughter dead. You know where Joe live. You ain't pull up. Nobody pulled up on Joe. What's going on? They don't love Ashlee, dog. Telling me why don't I go to Zanzibar? What the hell I'm going to Zanzibar for? What the hell am I doing that for? What am I gaining? What am I going out there for? I don't speak Swahili. What the hell am I going over there for? That people crazy. The family didn't even go to Zanzibar. Did you go tell them that? Did you go tell Ashlee's family why they didn't go to Zanzibar yet? No, because you're a hypocrite. Let's go. Hit that like button.
As we all stood and they took their seats, there was scripture reading, Old Testament and New Testament. Then a prayer of comfort from Reverend Dr. Lewis J. Dixon.
Nobody don't want to hear from no damn Dixon. Nobody don't want to hear from none of these bishops and pastors in these churches. All they trying to do is make money off everybody. Talking about they quoting scriptures. Where's God? Where's the power? Where's the anointing? Everybody in church talking about Jesus Christ, but yet Ashlee is dead and nobody got judged yet. Come on, man. Where's the justice for Ashlee? How come the church is not fighting for it? How come the church didn't put money towards the campaign to get justice for Ashlee? Nobody ain't doing nothing, fam.
Pastor of this church here. Then there was a musical selection, very, very well done. Like
nobody don't care about no music, bro. Where is the justice for Ashlee? You talking about music selection? Nobody don't care about no music selection. What about Joe McCann? What about the casket? What about what the family is saying? What about you interviewing the family? Did you interview the family, dog? Did you meet the family? Did you shake the father's hand? What did you do while there? But being nosy.
Dry eye in the house. Shout out to Pastor Robert Norman Jr. Then acknowledgements, cards, and resolutions. And then Ashlee's story. There were family members and also life reflections from family and friends. So this is something here that I want to highlight. There's 3 of her friends that spoke.
Who are they and what are their names? You saying 3 of her friends. How do you know they're her friends? Are they the same ones that was on social media crying about being their friends, or they were new people? You as a so-called YouTuber supposed to put out the info. Because if not, we don't know who you talking about. So you failed in this case, bro. You failed. You did a horrible job even reporting on anything because you ain't give us no information on who these friends are, what are their names, what are their social medias. If it's a public event, everything is public information.
And also to note, yesterday to you guys that Joe Button was here, but I didn't want to give any details. I wanted to also respect him and how he was grieving.
What? So you don't want to give no details on what Joe Button was doing too, but you telling us Joe Button was there? What's the point of telling us Joe Button was there if you're not going to give us no details on what he was doing? Talking about you trying to be respectful of Joe Button. Bro, how much money they paid you?
Some more familiar faces in here today. I just decided to not even tell you guys who they are or how they were grieving. I just want to respect their privacy.
He want to respect their privacy on a public event. How you respecting somebody's privacy? Let me rewind that back because there's some key info that he just said right there. I probably missed it. Let's see if we can catch it.
I want to give any details. I wanted to also respect him and how he was grieving. There were some more familiar faces in here today. I just decided to not even tell you guys who they are. Or
he said there was some more familiar faces up in here, but I'm not going to tell you who they are.
How they were grieving. I just want to respect their privacy.
I just want to respect their privacy. Why are you telling us there was some other famous people that was in there, but you ain't telling us who? Then why tell us? Why tell us if you're not going to give us the information needed? Because those could be the murderers. Those could be the murderers and the key people in this case that we need to find out why they were at her funeral. Why were they there? You ain't want to tell us? Bro, I don't understand how soft you are, bro. But I don't appreciate this reporting. Like, this is horrible work, bro. Like, for real, for real. Horrible work. You ain't give us no names. You ain't give us no information. You didn't give us nothing. And yet, you got all these clicks and views on these videos, and you ain't provide the public with no information that can help bring justice to Ashlee. Nothing. And the viewers are so blind, they can't even see through your shenanigans.
But 3 of her friends got up, and one of the guys said...
One of the guys. So a guy friend was there. He ain't give us no name, nothing.
We are not going to stop until we get questions and justice. So that gave me comfort. As you guys know, covering this story, I, like you, want justice to be served for Ashlee.
He don't want justice to be served for Ashlee because he ain't doing nothing about it. He said this particular friend said, we're not going to stop till we bring justice to Ashlee. What do you mean stop? The friend is not doing any work. I'm on social media doing this work. So what do that guy mean about we're not going to stop till Ashlee get justice? What work are they doing? Do you know, Trent, what work they doing that they're not going to stop? You ain't provide none of that. Horrible work.
There was some foul play, and of course, questions from the Tanzanian government, questions from the police, questions from Joe, etc. That was the one time that any sort of justice or questions were brought up. The mom or family members didn't speak.
What? Did you hear that? Whoa. Whoa. Wait a minute, gang. Did you hear that? Listen to this, gang. Listen to this.
The mom or family members didn't speak. Another one of her friends said,
What? What? The mom and the family didn't speak. Let's rewind that back one more time, gang. If this doesn't speak Masonic funeral, I don't know what else to say, gang. They didn't even speak on behalf of Ashlee. That shows how much love they got.
The mom or family members didn't speak.
Wow.
Another one of her friends.
No, Trent. You're just gonna keep reading? You need to explain to us, how is it that the mother and the father and the family didn't even speak on behalf of Ashlee at her funeral? You got to talk about that, because that's diabolical. That means nobody loved Ashlee, y'all. How could a mother not speak, but you telling me she was crying? So the daddy didn't speak? The stepdaddy didn't speak? No cousin spoke? Like, what kind of service is this that the family don't speak about their loved one? And they black too? You tripping. Black folk, listen, real black folk, when they got family that they love and they pass away, we be up at the altar by the pulpit podium crying, tears flowing, giving our speech about what they meant to us. My dog is gone, bro. Yo, that's my cuz, fam. Yo, I love you, bro. I'm gonna miss you, man. We be up there shedding all kinds of tears, bro. You gonna tell me mama and dad was not up there? And y'all want to believe the family is legit? I told you, the family is riding dirty, and they did Ashlee dirty. They did Ashlee dirty, man. Even at her funeral, they didn't speak up for her, man. So who's fighting for her? If the family is not going to give a speech for their own daughter, that proves the family is not fighting for justice for Ashlee. They're not. Because they could have been speaking, and that word could have went out to social media where they would have been like, look, we love you, Ashlee. We want justice for you. We believe you were murdered. We're going to get answers. They didn't put out nothing, bro.
Family members didn't speak.
That's sad.
Another one of her friends said, hanging out with Ashlee was like being with Michelle Obama, Oprah, and America's Next Top Model all in one.
Bro, you're goofy. You got time to tell us some nonsense that one of Ashlee's friends said that hanging out with Ashlee is like hanging out with Oprah, Michelle Obama, and America's Top Model all in one. Bro, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're making a mockery out of Ashlee's funeral. So friends have time to speak on behalf of Ashlee, but Ashlee's family didn't speak on behalf of her? That's what you're telling me? That's what you're telling the public? All right.
And that was his definition of who Ashlee was in one person. Another one of her friends said that she would say to everybody in the room, you better talk about me, and you better post good pictures of me. We all know that Ashlee was an influencer. We all know that Ashlee loved the camera. So that gives me some sort of comfort knowing that she would like us to be talking about her and continuing on her good name.
Why would this give you comfort? And you're just a content creator on YouTube. Why is this giving you comfort? This doesn't make sense. It's like you've been given a script by the family to speak. It's like you just following the playbook at this point.
I think I said this earlier. This was where Ashlee was baptized. And
nobody cares if she was baptized, bro. Because when you say that, what you're implying is that she went to heaven. Nobody knows what kind of life Ashlee lived outside of social media. We don't know that. And none of us can determine where she went when she died. All I know is if Ashlee took her own life, she basically damned herself to the lake of fire. And that's a fact if she took her own life. But we know she was murdered. But let's not talk about her being baptized as if though she was a good old Christian and you know her personal life. Nobody don't know how that woman was. Nobody don't know how she lived. Nobody don't know. That's between her and God. I'm tired of you folks trying to use religion to try to make people look like if they were this godly, holy individual anytime they die. I hate when people do that.
Lastly, there was a eulogy by Reverend Lisa Shelton, which was beautiful. She compared Ashlee to Michelle Obama. She spoke about
What?
Michelle's book Becoming.
Comparing Ashlee to Michelle Obama? What the heck is what are they doing? Now they promoting Michelle Obama, y'all. Nobody's talking about Michelle Obama seeking justice for Ashlee. Michelle Obama didn't show up to the funeral, but y'all promoting Michelle Obama. Did anybody call Michelle Obama so that Michelle Obama can put some motion to this investigation? No, right? Okay.
Kind of likened it to Ashlee's experience where Michelle Obama was raised on the south side of Chicago, humble beginnings, and made something of herself, and drew those lines to Ashlee as well, too, coming from a neighborhood like this and humble beginnings. And she was the only other one, too, that mentioned something about headlines, not about question or justice, but she mentioned that Ashlee was more than just a headline, alluding to the fact that, yes, we see media talking and people are speculating, but Ashlee is more than just that. And again, this is what I am hoping to...
Let me tell you something, man. The media coverage for Ashlee's situation is very slim to none. She ain't even getting no real media coverage the way you think about it. Shanquella Robinson, she got massive headline news. You understand? Kanika Jenkins, massive headline news. This case with Ashlee Jenae is quiet. A lot of the noise is on social media. It's very quiet right now. How come after the funeral, you ain't see a plethora of news stations talking about the funeral? Everything is quiet. It's as if though it's like a ghost town out here.
Bring you with both of these videos and bringing you more than just the headlines and Tanzania. I'm going to give you a little bit more than what's in this program. They give you a story here of Ashlee about her as a child growing up, etc., her high school. I'm going to give you a part that I think that might interest you. They talk about her in New Jersey and then moving to Philadelphia to get into hospitality. And then she moved to Miami. And it says, in Miami, she continued working in hospitality, music, and modeling industry, connecting and collaborating with artists such as Drake, Freddie Gibbs.
Bro, we don't need to hear all of this stuff, bro. What about the case? See, all of this stuff is bullshit, fam. Respectfully. We don't care about all of that. What we want to care about is the murderer that's still out there and the fact that nobody's investigating Ashlee's case to put somebody behind bars. I don't want to hear about what music she was doing. She's dead. I don't want to hear about what movie she did or what modeling. I don't want to hear none of that stuff because most of you thirsty ninjas are only on her Instagram because you would like to smash. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Stop talking about how she looked. Stop talking about her modeling. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's find out how we can put Joe behind bars. What is the family doing to prosecute Joe? To prosecute the people in Zanzibar? How to prosecute everybody at that hotel for covering up this murder? Let's talk about that, Trent. You over here trying to do content to get that YouTube check. You ain't adding no value to this case. All you're doing is talking about what's on this brochure for the funeral that other people got. You ain't giving us no news, no information, nothing that's solving the case. You're just running your big mouth. That's all you're doing. Trying to run the numbers up, clout chasing off Ashlee's death.
Aggie and many more. Ashlee loved the camera and she represented brands including Davis Active and Royal Touch. And
why are you promoting those brands? Why are you promoting those brands on air? Ashlee is dead. It's like you're doing marketing for those brands. Why are you telling us about the brands that Ashlee was involved with? Why are you doing that? Did they pay you? Are you being sponsored by those brands? Did you cut a check with them? What's really going on? Why are you mentioning things that have nothing to do with the case, man?
On her path to doing what she loved. Her presence throughout these many experiences touched the lives and heart of so many people in so many ways. Ashlee loved her family and friends. She loved music, fashion, and traveling. Ashlee was a wonderful singer who would compete with anyone.
Bro, Ashlee is dead. She can't compete with nobody. We got to stop doing this, fam. Let's focus on justice for Ashlee and stop all this mumbo jumbo. Stop talking about all that other stuff that's irrelevant. What is the family doing? Where's the autopsy results? Did the family hire attorneys? Are they investigating Joe? What's the word on the streets? You don't got it. You know why? Because you're a fraud. Did you interview the family? Did you get to talk with the mom and the father while you were there? No. You weren't doing nothing else but being nosy. You were just a spectator at a funeral, hiding in the back in the pew somewhere, and literally come to social media to gaslight us like you out here doing the work, like you fighting for justice. You ain't doing nothing. You fighting for a check. That's your fight right now.
Came to singing the national anthem and one of her family's favorites, At Last by Eartha Kitt. We all know that At Last. All right.
Bro, do you see this dude, bro? I'm telling you, bro, this is the kind of energy that I'm getting for bro, man. This kind of energy, dog. Like, what are you doing, fam? You ain't giving us no info. I don't know why people be watching these kind of clowns, bro. Like, they're not giving you no info. Nothing.
That's all that I'm going to read from there. Like I said, I'm not going to show the pictures. Something to...
So you're not going to show the pictures on it. You don't want to show us the pictures, but you're reading from it. Like, dude, you wasting your time. You wasting everybody else's time here.
They said Drake, they said Freddie Gibbs, and they said Shaggy. Important to note, they didn't say anything about Joe Budden. We do know that Joe talked about Ashlee on his podcast and said that anytime the family needs anything or needs any help, he's there. I just thought it was interesting that
Joe Budden is just promoting his podcast, man. That is what a lot of content creators do to get boosted into the algorithm so people could look at them as some sort of authority. We don't know what kind of relationship that man had with Ashlee, nor is that important right now. What's important is Joe put out a message, a public statement about Ashlee, and basically trying to play like he's grieving the loss of Ashlee. You see what I mean? I'm tired of people acting like they were Ashlee's friends when she was dead. There's no photos with Ashlee with any of these people on her page. There's no word of Ashlee talking about these people. And matter of fact, gang, if you really think about this, a lot of y'all been hearing word that Cardi B paid for a funeral. Was Cardi B at the funeral? No. Did you hear the family mention anything about Cardi B? No. Cardi B never paid for any funeral. That was a hoax. That was a lie. Just like I told you. Y'all were watching an AI video of people claiming that Cardi said she's going to pay for a funeral. All of that was a lie. Cardi was not there. Let's go.
Included in the program and included Drake, Shaggy, and Freddie Gibbs. Just something to note. And also here, the family decided to have on the back of the flyer.
You just said that you're not going to show any pictures. Why would you be promoting Chanel on the flyer? Bro, y'all bought and paid for, fam. I can see that you got paid by Chanel. You got paid by somebody, dog. Because why would you do this, fam? Why are you promoting clothing brands to your viewers? This is crazy, fam. Absolutely crazy. Check this out.
Shaggy, and Freddie Gibbs. Just something to note. And also here, the family decided to have on the back of the flyer Chanel, which is something that Ashlee obviously liked. And you can see here on the front, they have her purse with the Chanel bag.
So we're promoting Chanel purses, Chanel brands when a woman is dead. Are y'all seeing this, gang? Guys, Ashlee was a blood sacrifice, y'all. They are milking the system. Chanel's making money off Ashlee's death. These designers are making money. This man literally promoted Chanel bags and Chanel brands off this woman's death, which is no different than that African woman named Fumi who's promoting clothing for you guys to buy off of Ashlee's blood.
There will be a repass.
Listen,
from 1:30 to 5:30. I'm gonna head over there now.
He's gonna head to the repass too, gang. So that means he's coming back probably with another video.
Also,
watch this. Listen to this, gang. Listen to this.
Wrap this up. I want to talk to you guys about the burial, and I want to be very, very careful on how I handle this. Not to give out too much information, but what I will give you is that there will not be a burial today.
What? There will not be a burial today. Then what's the point of having a funeral? So that means Ashlee was not in the casket. Is Ashlee even in the United States? That's what you folks got to understand. I don't trust this dude. I think this dude is a snake. I don't trust this cat. He could be a paid agent. Lying. It was a closed casket, y'all. Ashlee was not in that casket. Ashlee was not in the casket, y'all. Hey, sound the alarm. Ashlee was not in the casket. It was a closed casket. Trent didn't see her. Nobody saw her. It was a closed casket. Why? Because he's saying there's not going to be no burial today. Why? Because Ashlee was not there. It was a public show. That's why the family didn't speak up for their daughter. Why would they speak up if Ashlee wasn't there? There's no emotion, no feeling. For all we know, the body never came back. For all we know, the family set this whole thing up with Joe McCann. How do we know? So hold up, y'all not gonna put her underground? Y'all trying to save her body? Normally when you have a funeral, they dress up the body. They decorate her hair, makeup, they do all of that stuff to make her look presentable for the funeral. So now what you saying? You're not gonna put her underground? Come on now. That's why he's not saying nothing. That's why he's not giving you no details. Let me rewind it back. This dude is a paid actor, gang. Don't trust him. He's a paid actor working with the family. Probably got paid from the GoFundMe money. Holla, let's go.
Not to give out too much information, but what I will give you is that there will not be a burial today. There is a reason for that. For those of you who've been watching this, you do know that there was an autopsy done in Tanzania. There has been no result given to the family. We do know that the family has ordered an independent autopsy here.
So if they already did that, we don't need the body no more. What are you doing? What are you doing? If they already got the autopsy done here, why are they still holding on to bodies? What are they doing with the body? Gathering the organs? What? Well, them organs are gone already. Them organs been gone. I already told y'all, this whole thing was a blood sacrifice ritual to get those organs, fam. Them organs. That's right. They playing with Ashlee's organs, y'all. Real talk. Let's go.
And we have spoken with specialists, and I did a special video covering the fact that keeping Ashlee's body as long as possible while the case is still ongoing is the best course of action.
So if they already got the autopsy, they already got everything they need. There's nothing else to do with the body, fam. You're not making no sense. Let's go.
Oh, like I said, there is a repass, but there are some things that are going on that I don't feel comfortable giving out right now.
Yeah, like it's a closed casket. Her body ain't there. What's the point of having a repass if nobody's showing the body? Where's the evidence that the body was there? Ain't no body there. That's the whole point. Ashlee is not even there. They lying about the whole thing. Trent is a liar.
But I just feel comfortable enough at least saying there will be no burial today.
There will be no burial today. So how is she resting in peace if there's no burial? So y'all got Ashlee all dressed up for nothing? I thought this was a going home celebration. So she ain't going home. Rather than her going in the ground so she could go home, y'all taking her back to the morgue? Where's she going? Where's she going? Back to her mom's house? Where y'all putting the body? Where is Ashlee's body? What's going on, y'all, with this case? What are they doing with her body, y'all?
We will give you guys more information when the time comes and when it's appropriate. I want to try my best to respect the family. Of course, there's a lot of people in the comment section that are asking about Joe McCann. Again.
Let's listen to what he got to say, gang. Watch this. Watch this. Watch him defend Joe McCann.
Want to respect the family, want to respect the investigation, but from what we know and what the information that has been shared is Joe is still in Tanzania.
That's a lie. He's lying because Joe published information about his love for Ashlee and how he feels so bad for the family. If Joe is still in Tanzania, locked up, they got his phone, his passport, everything, how was Joe able to communicate with social media? Explain that.
There are reports that he is still being held. We know that the police say that
Lies.
he's being held as a witness and not a suspect. That is still the information known to the public.
Lies.
When we are able to give you guys more information, we will. And also, in closing, yesterday's video, we touched on the fact that there were a lot of white people here yesterday. We do know that Ashlee's mother remarried a white man and they have children. And of course, there are a lot of family members from his side. They are Ashlee's step family, but they have been in her life, I think, close to like 15 years. So yes, we do know that some of the white people there, of course, are her mother's new husband, but I still think that there may be some white people from Joe's side. Now,
you can't say that. And the reason why I'm saying you can't say that, because you're a coward. Why didn't you just go up to the people and ask them, what kind of reporter are you? Like, you didn't even find out no information. You down there and you couldn't even do the job.
Said yesterday, and I'll reiterate, Joe has maintained his innocence, and Joe is a grieving fiance. Let's not pass that until we have more facts.
What?
Now, I know what I think I believe, and you know what you think you believe.
Did you hear what he just said? This man been bought and paid for, y'all. Just like I told you. Bought and paid for. He already knew about the post that Joe McCann put out there. Are you seeing this? He said that Joe is a grieving fiance. So he don't even believe that Joe murdered Ashlee. Why y'all following this dude, bro? How many more do I gotta expose? I exposed Fumi. I exposed Sheba. Now I'm exposing Trent. All of these dudes is frauds. All of them. Listen to the content. Hit that like button. Let's get back to the content.
Let's not pass that until we have more facts.
Hold on. Let's rewind it back. Listen to this, fam. Listen.
I think close to like 15 years. So yes, we do know that some of the white people there, of course, are her mother's new husband. But I still think that there may be some white people from Joe's side. Now, like I said yesterday, and I'll reiterate, Joe has maintained his innocence, and Joe is a grieving fiance.
What?
Let's not pass that until.
So he believed that Joe is a grieving fiance. Turn this ninja off ASAP. Expose. This dude is working with Joe. I told you. Only on my platform do we expose the liars, the frauds, the misinformation, the hustlers. This dude is bought and paid for. He been compromised. I told you, fam. All these social media influencers are liars. This dude just said that Joe McCann is a grieving fiance. He's working with Joe. Let's hear it again, gang. And he want us to be sympathetic towards Joe. That's basically what he's saying. Listen.
Joe has maintained his innocence, and Joe is a grieving fiance. Let's not pass that until we have more facts.
Whoa! Until we have more facts? So he's basically saying, let's not rush to judgment. Let's not accuse Joe of unaliving Ashlee. Let's not be like these other YouTubers like Ringo TV. Let's just be reasonable, guys. Let's not judge. He's innocent until proven guilty. This is the dude y'all following. This is the guy y'all rewarded with hundreds of thousands of views. This man is making a $20,000 to $30,000 YouTube check. Y'all gave this man $20,000, $30,000 YouTube check, and he's providing content in support of Joe. I thought your man was fighting for the justice of Ashlee. So why is he saying Joe is a grieving fiance? Fuck Joe. I ain't here to support Joe. We here to support Ashlee. Ashlee was murdered. I keep it real. I'm not like this clown over here being Mr. Buttercup. I ain't doing that nonsense. Listen to what he said, y'all. This is why they don't like me. They don't like me because I cuss. They don't like me because I'm bold. They don't like me because I scream and yell. They don't like all of that stuff. I keep it real, fam. I don't got time to gaslight the viewers. Let's go.
Innocence, and Joe is a grieving fiance. Let's not pass that until we have more facts.
Wow.
I know what I think I believe, and you know what you think you believe. But until we have more evidence and facts, Joe is trying to maintain his innocence out here. And if you're trying to maintain your innocence and you just lost your fiance, you would think that some of his family members would be here. We also know that Ashlee was close to Joe McCann's children. That was going to be her stepchildren.
Do you see that? Trent is defending Joe, y'all. Trent is defending Joe McCann, man. Wow. Say it ain't so, Trent. So the whole time you were working with Joe? So you playing double paper. You working with both parties. Look at his face, fam. Let me get a screenshot of that. Let me get a screenshot of this. It's something about images, man. Images really be giving us insight on what's going on. Let me see if I can do this. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, fam. Let's get the content. Let me get this content for you guys, man. For real, for real. Give me a minute. Let me get this thing on the screen, dog. Do what we gotta do. Because we cannot let Trent get away with this, man. Can't do that. You know? Let me do this. Give me a minute. Boom, boom, boom. Do this. And let me see. Okay. Okay, watch this, fam. Look at his face. Look at his face. You see his face? That's the face of a liar. This man is a liar, bro. This man wants money. That's how you look when you got caught. You see his face? You see the details in the eyes? How his mouth look, nose? That's when a man been compromised. Hey, yo, Trent, you been got. You better recognize Ringo TV, fam. You better put some respect on my name. I'm the official content creator on the case with Ashlee. I expose all you devils that's just trying to milk the system. You don't got no care for Ashlee. You're in it for the money. You're not in it to get justice. Your face says it all. You've been caught. You out here defending Joe, talking about he's a grieving fiance. Forget Joe. We don't care about what he grieving. Ashlee is dead. Ashlee's family is not even grieving. Did you see Joe grieving? Did you see Joe crying? So why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you publicly say that? Knowing that all these viewers been following your platform, showing you support, helping you to get paid, and you have the audacity to say that Joe McCann is a grieving fiance? The nerve of you, dog. The nerve of you. That woman is in a box ready to go underground. And you talking about Joe is grieving? Joe is smiling, doing the Birdman hand rub because he know he good. And here you are being a puppet for Joe. Wow, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, gang. Say it ain't so. This is crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. So wind that back so you can hear that again. Listen to this mess.
Would be here. We also know that Ashlee was close to Joe McCann's children. That was going to be her stepchildren. They were going to be her stepmom. So I'll just leave it at that, and you guys could read between the lines. I have seen some reports that said that Joe was not invited to the funeral, and I'm going to just leave it at those reports. Like I said, you guys.
Whoa, you heard that? Now watch this. Watch this, gang. This is how you know that he's working with Joe. Watch this. He messed up. You should have never said that. You should have edited that out your video, dog.
Not invited to the funeral. And
hold on, let's get that right. Let's get this right. And if Caramel, listen, we good. Don't worry about all that drama earlier. We good. We good. It is what it is. So don't be mad at me. We good. Let's go. I know you get mad all the time. You stay away. So don't get mad. We good. I apologize. I apologize to Caramel for flipping and screaming. I apologize publicly. Please forgive me. Forgive me, please. All right, we good? Okay, we good. Let's get back to the content.
The lines. I have seen some reports that said that Joe was not invited to the funeral, and I'm going to just leave it at those reports. Like I said.
Why are you leaving it at those reports? You seeing this? So, Ashlee's family didn't invite Joe, but you don't want to address it now? Why don't you address it? Why Trent is not addressing the fact that Joe McCann wasn't invited? Because you scared to go against TMZ. You scared. Come on now. You don't want to go against TMZ. You scared. Listen to what he said, y'all. Listen to what he said.
He was close to Joe McCann's children. That was going to be her stepchildren. They were going to be her stepmom. So I'll just leave it at that, and you guys could read between the lines. I have seen some reports that said that Joe was not invited to.
TMZ said it. Say TMZ's name. You ain't see some reports. TMZ was the one that reported it first. So stop it. Give TMZ their credit. They were the ones that reported on this first. I reported on what TMZ reported on. So why you can't do the same? You know why? Because you're a fraud. You're the same one who said that TMZ got blocked by the church. You got time to tell us that, but you don't got time to address the issue of Joe not being invited. I don't know why people be supporting these fake content creators. Do you not see how real Ringo TV is? I call these frauds out by name, fam, and I deal with them accordingly. I'm not scared of nobody, and I'm not intimidated by nobody on YouTube. None. Everybody getting called out because they want money. That's all they care about. They don't care about Ashlee's justice.
The funeral, and I'm going to just leave it at those reports. Like I said, you guys should read between the lines. Try my best to respect the family.
What do you mean you could read between the lines? Why don't you tell us? Tell us what's between the lines. We don't know. Tell us, Trent. You're the reporter, right? You're the investigator, right? Tell us what's between the lines. TMZ reported that they had a source. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a minute, gang. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can pull this up because I want to be accurate. I don't want to spread no fake news or no goofy stuff because over here we keep it a buck. So let me go to TMZ. Give me a minute. TMZ, so we could get the info the right way, right? Let me put Ashlee's name so I can search this up so we could get the receipts because we don't got nothing to lie about, nothing, right? So let me see. I'm on TMZ right now. Obviously, I got to read it, so I can't switch it, reverse the horizontal look. So it says, influencer Ashlee Jenae fiance breaks silence after being. Wait, that's the wrong post. Wrong post. That's the newest one. Let me look for the other one that they publish. So that's this one right here, right? So it says, influencer Ashlee Jenae fiance not invited to the funeral. This is TMZ reporting this. Ashlee Jenae's loved ones are saying goodbye this week, but the late influencer's fiance, Joe McCann, won't be there. TMZ has learned, right? Sources tell us Ashlee's family did not invite him to the funeral and have not spoken to him since her death. Boom. So as you can see, Sources are telling TMZ that Brumman wasn't invited. They did not invite him. So why is Trend not acknowledging that the info came from TMZ? Because they're the ones who reported it. But Trent is scared of TMZ. That's why he ain't saying nothing.
All right, I am going to head over now to the repass. If there's anything, I'll tag it on the end of this video. Or if not, I will make, and if there's any more information, I will give you guys a brand new video. All right.
So he'll go give you a brand new video. So we can expect Trend to make another video to monetize to make more money. You understand? That's what it is, fam. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what this person says. Deborah says, I have no respect for any of you. Any of you, you're all cowards. That's great, but you're watching me. If you don't have any respect for any of us, and I am reporting on the news, uncovering the truth, and exposing all the lies, and you don't have any respect for any of us, right, including me, then why are you viewing me? Why are you viewing? It's a waste of time to be viewing, right? If you don't have any respect, you won't be viewing, right? Don't view. Don't be in the live stream. I would not be in somebody's live stream commenting if I don't respect them. I don't go to content creator platforms and respond in their live chats. I don't do none of that stuff because I don't watch them, right? So it is what it is. Let's see what else he got to say before we wrap up the show.
Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. When you are subscribing, do not forget the little bell beside the join button. There's a drop-down menu. Make sure you click all so you can be notified when we upload all of our videos or when we go live. Also, if you're on YouTube, please give this video a hype. It lets the algorithm know that you like the video and it will send it out to more people. Also, if you've made it this far, YouTube is going to put a video or two other videos of mine on the screen that they think that you might like.
No, YouTube is not putting videos on the screen that they think you would like. Stop lying to the people. At the end of the video, every YouTuber, we can put an end video. These are end videos that we could put on. We could put up to 4 videos at the end so that you can continue to watch the content. He's lying to you by saying YouTube will put up the videos. YouTube ain't doing nothing. The content creator got to set this up in the YouTube studio under the video by putting these end videos on these particular sections of the video. That's what we do as content creators. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me see. Where we at? Where we at? Okay, let me take this off the screen here. Take this off. Let me see if I could do this. Let me go here and do this. Alrighty. Okay. Boom. Let's go back to YouTube because that's what we want to do, right? Let me pick a video. Yeah, I'll pick this one. I want to show you something so I can substantiate my point. Give me a minute. Chevy trucks. Let me turn off the volume. Let me go here and show you guys what I'm talking. It's called end screens, right? It's called end screens, right? Why is YouTube asking for me to verify if it's me if I'm the one doing it? I don't have to verify none of this stuff. Give me a minute. Let me just do this because I think it's because I'm on live. That's why they want me to do that, right? So, yeah, that's what they're trying to do because they think it's a security thing that YouTube do, right? But let me show you how this works, right? Let me put this on the screen. This should be good enough, right? So let me see if I can do this, right? So y'all can see this thing. It's backwards, but I want you to see, right? It's called end screens. It's backwards, right? But this is what he's doing. So when he tell you that YouTube is going to give you 2 videos for you to watch, that's a lie. He's the one who have to put them. You could put up to 4 videos on your video. Now it's telling me to verify it's me because obviously I'm live and they want to know who's there. You would set your videos up in here so that when your video ends, YouTube, not YouTube, the video will now suggest 2 to 4 videos for you to watch. That's a way to keep you on the platform. So if, for example, if you're watching this series with Ashlee, you might watch this live stream, and then when the video is done, if I don't have no end screen set, then what's going to happen is YouTube is going to suggest other people's videos for you to watch rather than mine. So when this video is done, I'm going to set up my end screens so that any future person that watch my content, they'll see 4 new videos for them to pretty much choose to watch those videos so they can pretty much have a binge watch session. That's the purpose for that. So my point in showing you this, guys, is to prove to you that Trent is lying to you, that it's not YouTube. You as the content creator have to be the one to publish those videos as an end screen for viewers to click on, right?
Video. I'll post a link in the comment section below and pin it to the top. Thank you for hanging with me. I'll see you next video. Peace.
So that's pretty much the end of that, guys. Trent is pretty much a fraud. You can't trust him. The guy been compromised. Clearly, this man is working with Joe because he basically was saying that Joe is a grieving fiance. A grieving fiance. It don't make no sense, man. Absolutely no sense for this man to say that Joe is grieving. So that means he's working with Joe. And again, he came to the funeral. He came to the funeral, gang, basically dressed up like Drake. He came there like Drake when he first got to the funeral, as you can see by his attire. He got the herringbone chain, choker, the cornrows, like Drake. So on his first day at the funeral, he came there as a rapper. And then he decided to pretty much come there wearing a suit now, as you see right here. A jacket and shirt, but you know, no tie. Could have wore a tie, but he was holding Ashlee when she was a baby to now. Let's put this up on the screen. Let me see if I can blow this up, because again, he didn't want to show us no photos or anything, but we're gonna show what we got to show because this is public. You see that? He had time to show us this, but he ain't have no time to show us nothing else. Come on, man. This is a joke. This guy is a joke, fam. From Drake to Jake. That's what he came in, fam. This is crazy. But it is what it is. We're just trying to give you guys the content, make y'all understand the real of what's going on in these streets. This guy's a joke, fam. Like, for real, for real. But we're going pretty much do what we got to do, guys. Head on out of here. And that's about it. Give me a minute. Let me fix this thing real fast. I'm wondering what the hell going on with this image. Where is it? This thing system bugging out. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, y'all. So there it is, fam. We just finished reacting, giving you guys the funeral details on what went down. We have a YouTuber named Trent that was clout chasing off of Ashlee's death. Went down to the funeral with cameras, filming and recording to get paid. And instead, he played himself. He didn't give you no information. He didn't provide nothing that helps the case. He was more concerned with Joe Budden's cardigan, Gucci sweater, or whatever the case is, which makes no sense. But that's pretty much what he had to tell us. He didn't give us nothing about Ashlee. Was there any marks on her? Any bruising on the face? Anything? I mean, if there was bruising, it probably healed up by now, or whatever the case is, or they probably put makeup to cover it. So it's probably unlikely, but he didn't give us no information on anything. So we're going to keep you guys posted with any new leads, any new info, anything that's coming into these YouTube streets. We got you covered. We're going to keep our foot on these people's neck. It is what it is. We got to get justice for Ashlee the right way. Stop supporting these kind of content creators that are not giving you info. Again, those of you that missed last night's live stream, make sure you watch that stream, guys, because we uncovered the fact that Ashlee Jenae's cell phone was compromised. Maybe I could give you a bit of that info right here, being that I got you over here tuning in. So let me go grab those receipts real quick, because, guys, I don't want y'all to be misled by these content creators who's going to be stealing my content. They always stealing my content, my news reporting, my intellectual properties, my research. They're always stealing what I talk about. So before they steal, let me put this info on the screen for you guys so that y'all are in the loop of what's going on. So let me put this out there. So we got receipt 1. Let me go get the second receipt, receipt 2, and now the third receipt, receipt number 3, right? And now we're going to put this together, gang. Now, let me do this, get this image on the screen, and we're going to pretty much solve this again for you guys. That's right here. Now, Willie D Live, I don't rock with that YouTuber. I don't like that YouTuber. I'm just being a buck, keeping it a buck with you. There's a lot of things about him I don't like. When we was covering rapper Takeoff case, this dude was siding with mob ties. I don't trust this dude. I don't trust him. I don't care if he's a legend in the game from, the Ghetto Boys. I don't care about none of that. When it came to rapper Takeoff's case, this dude was siding with mob ties. He interviewed the mob ties boss. I don't trust Willie D Live, but I have to acknowledge Willie D because a very important receipt came from out of his video. So I cannot take credit for the receipt. All I can do is tell you where the source is out of respect for his work and what he did. So now the receipt came from his video titled Ashlee Jenae Found Dead Abroad and Her Fiance's Story. Whatchamacallit? What is it? It's reverse. I can't even read this thing because it's reverse. Y'all understand what it says, because y'all can pretty much see it on the screen. Let me see. I'm trying to on my computer it's reversed. Y'all seeing it on y'all end. So fiance's story isn't adding up. Okay. So now that's the video. His video was published on YouTube April 12th, right? So let's take this off the screen. So on April 12th, that video was published on YouTube. This is a screenshot. This here is a screenshot of that video, right? So now what I want you to see from Ashlee's Instagram, when Ashlee died, April 9th, it was reported of Ashlee's death. April 12th was when Willie D Live went live. Ashlee had a total of 50 posts, 75K followers, right? But notice this, gang. She was following 1,150 people Ashlee Jenae was following, right? Now watch this. Let's take that off the screen and let's put this. This is Ashlee Jenae's page today, right now. Check this out. Ashlee Jenae, watch this. Look at that. Look at that, gang. Ashlee Jenae's page today, she gained over 156,000 from 74,000. But notice this, following 1,149. Someone gained access to Ashlee Jenae's phone and they removed somebody she was following. Only you can unfollow someone. Ashlee was already dead. So who had her phone? Joe McCann. If you see any YouTuber talking about this, they got it from me. And shout out to Forever Studios. Appreciate sending the info on the gram about that person's comment. You see any YouTuber saying these things, They got it from Ringo TV. If they're not reacting to my video and they're trying to repackage my information that I got from my research, unfollow them and don't support their platform, because they're stealing from my research and my work that I'm providing you folks over here. Don't reward people and they didn't do the work. I'm providing you the research live and direct. So that being said, gang, we're going to get up on out of here. We're going to do what we got to do and close out this particular live. And it is what it is. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Let a friend know about what we're doing over here. It's very important. We already read the message from Joe McCann in terms of what he had to say about Ashlee. We did that on the last live stream. So there's no need for us to go over it again unless I'll probably do a follow-up video and talk about it again. But we already covered it in the last stream. So if you want, you can always check out my last live stream. I'm going to pin all of those videos, like the 4 video. I can only pin 4 videos, suggested videos, when the stream is done. I'll do that later on. But I appreciate everybody stopping by, everybody that support the shows. If you want to support my show financially, you already saw the Cash App on the screen, $ Ringo TV Raw, or you can use PayPal. You can find that in the video description. All contributions go back into the work that we do over here at Ringo TV Reactions. This is a reaction channel where I do commentary and criticism about different news stories. I also do my own content and various other content for educational entertainment purposes for the YouTube community. Ashlee deserves justice, and we're not going to stand by and watch grifters milk the system while never providing you guys with real information. So hopefully this video was a blessing. I hope it have a lot of information that you guys can use. Again, be careful with the grifters. These are YouTubers that basically just make videos about Ashlee, but they don't provide no leads, no content, nothing that's leading towards justice for Ashlee. They just make videos for content's sake, just to get paid. It's one thing if you want to get paid as a YouTuber, I get it. You want to do content, you want to earn a living, I get that. But they're not providing no real information. All they're doing is piggybacking off of what somebody else said, and they're not breaking nothing down so that the viewers could be like, oh, snap, I didn't see that. Or, oh, wow, that's crazy. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, Ringo, you got that right. Somebody did got her phone. Who has Ashlee's phone right now? And why is Joe McCann putting out love letters about Ashlee all of a sudden after the funeral? And why Ashlee's body is not put underground yet if the family already did an independent autopsy? They already went and did the autopsy already. So the body needs to go underground. What are they doing? What are they doing? What's going on, gang? You decide, fam. We'll be back on another episode. And it is what it is. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, notification set to all, hype the video, tell a friend, and leave some comments after the video is over, fam. Flood them comments. Let us know what you think about the video. If you like my video, what it is, did I do a good job? Let me know that you appreciate the work that we do over here, fam. We dedicated. We about that life. So I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Caramel, Kim, and Kim, Forever Studios. Salute to everybody that support the show, everybody that newly subscribed, everybody that's just a cloud watcher who may not want to subscribe right now. It is what it is. I still appreciate y'all showing up. It is what it is. So y'all take care. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings. We out. Peace.